the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X gaming show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week, another episode of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories in the past week, and we rant along the way. I'm your host, 30NSG, and joining me each and every single week is Sgt Mclusky. What's going on, bro?
I had a slob day today.
What's that mean?
Slob day?
Yeah.
Slob day, you get up when you feel like it.
Oh, okay. I see. I got you.
It might have been like 9 or 10 o'clock today. Usually I get up at like 7 or 8, but I was like 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Got up, ate breakfast, laid back down. Right?
Did nothing.
Well, watch some YouTube stuff. Got up for lunch. Then I played some computer games. It's my day off. I played some computer games. Didn't really shower today. Why bother? Right? Have a slob day. Right?
Nice.
I didn't shave. Look, I didn't shave today.
I didn't shave either.
Yeah, usually I get my nails done before the show starts. I get everything done.
Get your nails done.
Yeah.
Nails done.
Get prettied up before the show. There's a slob day today.
Oh my goodness. Look, I have a comb here.
Say hello to Dark Taco really quick, everybody, because he's got to go because he's got a new girlfriend. He'll only be in this chat for like 10 minutes and he's got to go.
Hey, Dark Taco, how are you?
Everybody will say hello to Dark Taco because he's not going to be here very long.
Got a new girlfriend?
I can already hear her. Yeah. What are you doing?
Isn't Dark Taco married? I think he's married, isn't he?
It looks like my ass, Sarge. That's a proof positive as far as I can tell. Otherwise, there would be nothing. There would be silence there.
Episode 461. Is that? That's it, right? 461? Yeah, 461. We're here live Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. We go over a few of the top stories of the past week, and we rant along the way. You can watch us live here on iTunes. Jesus Christ. I got it. Give me a second. You can watch us here on YouTube or Spotify or Anchor.fm after the fact. You can also watch the past broadcast as well. You can also watch us anywhere a podcast is heard after the fact. On today's show, Sarge, we're going to talk about Arc Raiders. We're going to talk about Battlefield 6 sales numbers. They're official numbers coming from the mouth of the actual company. We're also going to talk about Randy Pitchford and Borderlands 4. We're going to look at their numbers a little bit between Battlefield 6 and Borderlands. We got a couple other stories we're going to talk about as well. Maybe a little AI stories, maybe a little bit of a Nintendo stories. But the three main topics, I guess we're going to talk about is Arc Raiders, Battlefield, and Borderlands. If you guys like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do appreciate you very much. And you go check out below. We have a store. We have apparel.
I ordered
check out the shirts.
I ordered the shirt. I ordered it immediately.
We got shirts, we got mugs, we got hats, it's been there this whole time. I just never tell anything to anybody. But we put a new shirt in. And here, I think if you scroll,
I'll be wearing that shirt every week.
we have a new product
every week I'm wearing that shirt.
What is it? It's the no pre-order, no day one, no full price for half. No full price for a half-ass game.
Correct.
Yeah,
that's correct.
So
no pre-order,
it's down there.
No day one, no full price for half-ass games.
You could check out our music catalog as well. We have plenty of music over on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. So get all that stuff out of the way. How you doing, chat? How's it going, Sarge? It's been another week. We're halfway through October.
Yeah, I know.
Right. I had to find a clip of us.
Here's the clickety coming, bro.
Yeah.
Here
Halloween comes and
clickety.
yeah. Okay.
This is basically what's happening. Like, I don't even have gifts planned. Wait a minute. I don't even have any presents. What? can't be time yet. It can't be time yet. Ah! Like that's how it goes. That's how it goes when October comes.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Seriously, bro.
I know.
You know what happens? Like you think like right now, like you're just going through the motions. I got shit I gotta do. But the clickety clack happens, and as soon as Halloween goes, it's like a shotgun blast through Thanksgiving into Christmas and New Year's, man. It's insane.
I had to find a clip of us. And I thought it was like a couple weeks ago. It was like 4 months ago.
Yeah,
when we were talking.
I have the 4th of July shirt on.
Yeah, we were talking about Randy Pitchford and stuff because he said that it would take a year for the stuff. We'll get to that later. But I was like, was it really back in June, July? We're in October. Like, where is this year gone?
I told you, man. You gotta make every day. You gotta do stuff fun every day. Plan some stuff out to make a memory, because otherwise it just goes.
Yeah. All right, let's get to what we've been playing. Can I go first? Yeah, I want to talk about Starship Troopers. Okay.
Garbage.
Starship Troopers.
It's garbage.
Came out like 2 years ago.
Their bonus, what they want to brag about is all the shit stays on the screen and lowers your frame rate.
Which breaks the game. All right. Came out 2 years ago on PC. Okay. Had fun with it. More stable on PC than as console. Came out last year on console. Company reached out to me and said, hey, here's some codes. Me and Sarge got codes. Then they got back to me and said, hey, how come you haven't put a review out yet or your thoughts on it yet? And I was like, well, your game's broken buggy, and I'm not gonna review it because it's broken buggy, right? So I said, when you guys fix your game, I'll give it a go. Well, here we are a year later. I've been playing it for the last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. On stream, was it Monday? I think it was Monday. Tuesday? I forget what day it was. I think it was Monday. I'm playing the game. Everything's fine. The whole stream, hour and a half, 2 hours in, everything's fine. We get to this one board, and we're at this base, and we're just killing things. There's 16 people on the board. I'm looking, I'm going, there's a pile of bugs just piling up. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, why isn't this progressing? Like, what are we doing? Right? And I look around the map. No one.
I tried to watch that. I fell asleep because you weren't doing anything.
Nobody was going for the
the
resources, like the mission, right? So I was like, okay, I guess I'll go by myself, and I go over there. Miraculously, I start it, and people start running over to grab the vials, and they bring it back. But while this is going on, 40 minutes of just nonstop killing bugs at the base, and there's piles so high that they're over the base. Okay, so now
the cool factor is there, but they have to despawn, bro.
Yeah, well, now we have 4 of 5 of the things, right? And no one's going for B, right? And I'm like, fine, I'll go do it. So then I go over to B, right? And now I'm not like a veteran here. I'm pretty new to the game. So I go run over to B, grab the last container, I bring it back. I then insert it into the reactor, the arc, okay? I do that, and all of a sudden, whoop, whoop, it goes off, and now the actual attack starts to happen. So now we get bombarded with actual things. But by this time, there's so many bugs surrounding the base, mountains of them. I'm starting to shoot. It's got like 5 seconds left. I think it was like 5, maybe less than 10 seconds left before we could. Oh no, we were actually running towards the shuttle. Okay, the shuttle comes down. I start running towards the shuttle, and done. It crashes. Nope. Dashboards me out to the Xbox dashboard. I went, nope. Logged in, uninstalled, never again.
Fine.
Done.
Yeah,
right.
Fine.
Now, I didn't pay for it. I was given a code.
That sounds like a rage quit.
It was a rage quit. I was like, this is some fucking bullshit. 45 minutes, no XP, no nothing. Okay, just
nope.
Hard crash.
And this is
why it was the piling up literally of the bodies, of the time wasted, of no one was doing shit in the game, no one was doing the actual objectives. I was like, I'm done. Right? You have over a year broke, buggy, and unfinished, and yet it's there. If I paid for it, I'd be pissed even more. But I'm not really pissed. I was just like, I was pissed about my time.
No, you're pissed because it's your time. It's still your time.
Yeah, no, I was pissed about my time.
So if it's time and money, and I didn't pay for it, and you still wasted my time, it's 50%. I'm still mad. Yeah, that's how this works. Yeah. That's how this works.
So that was one of the games I played. What did you play this past week?
I got the itch now for some reason. I think fall is the itch for RPGs for me. I get the itch now, so I'm waiting now for the sales to start for like Icewind Dale and the rest of those classic games. I'm gonna get them all and start playing through the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm playing through. I'm playing with Travis BG3, and then I started up my own playthrough for BG3. I'm once again not looking anything up, just playing through it, and then I started looking at other shit, and then I started watching. I'm not sure if anybody else. I'm still a nerd at heart, right? So I'm not. You know who Critical Role is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that they have like their campaign on YouTube, right? And you can watch it. It's fucking long. Watching people play a role playing game is ridiculous. I don't have the time to watch it because an actual playthrough of like whatever session they have is like 4 hours. So you're watching them talk to each other and roll dice for 4 hours. I can't. I don't have the time for that shit, right? So I remembered that they have an animation for their actual campaign. So it's just an animated cartoon of what they did in the actual game. So I found that on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And I watched through the first 3 seasons. And if you haven't seen it, I know you have Amazon Prime. I know your wife is Prime.
Yeah, we have packages delivered daily. There's probably one being delivered right as we speak.
Yeah, primed out. So yes, Travis, Vox Machina. I don't want to get too nerdy on people. I'm going to talk about Critical Role first, and they can look it up. So I binge watched the 3 seasons. It's fucking badass, dude. It's badass.
There's the shirt. I was looking for the shirt earlier. There it is.
Yeah, it's badass, right? So it reminds me. It's done a little bit. The animations. How do I explain it? It's like 2 kinds of animations going on, and it's a little bit. It reminds me a little bit of like the old classic type of animation with some of the new, and the way the story is told. It's like the disregarding of life is like apparent in the D&D world. Let's put it that way. Like you think everything's happy, or like people get slaughtered for nothing, for no reason at all, right? It's just done really well. And then the Mighty 9 is supposed to be coming out later this year. I'm not sure before the end of the year or not. So I've been watching that, and because I watched that, then I'm like, I'm gonna go find the D&D stuff now. So I went on Steam, started looking. I'm like, oh, they're not on sale yet, but fall's coming, Thanksgiving's coming. And I'm gonna get probably like the bundles of all the old school shit, like Baldur's Gate, the Icewind Dale. Because I already have Baldur's Gate. I want to get the Icewind Dale series. I'm gonna start doing RPG crazy now.
Well, there was another one I told you last night. There's an RPG. I forget what it's called. What did I text you last night? Because I was going through the store last night, and I texted you a couple of them.
Hold Fast. Hold Fast is the Revolutionary War stuff. Yeah.
No. Hold Fast wasn't. That's 150 player. 150 player thing. There was one more. War Tales. It's on Game Pass. It's an RPG. It looked pretty interesting. It's multiplayer, so you can play co-op up to 4 players with it. It's called War Tales. I said, "Oh, you probably like that."
Yeah, Brain, dude. Did you watch it? Did you watch the Legend of Vox Machina? Did you watch it? Because it's done very well. For them to translate the actual role playing game that they're playing on stream into an animated series, I think it did a fantastic job.
Yeah. So I'm interested in a couple of games that are on Game Pass, but I was just like, look at that and I'm like, oh, do I have time? I don't have time. I don't have time for a lot of the stuff.
That's what it is. I needed a palate cleanser, so I played Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft all week. That's as the palate cleanser.
My palate cleanser was with Orcs. Orcs Must Die with Mr. Luke. We did that last week, and then this week is off and on. We just played Helldivers again. I need to bring up Helldivers. I totally forgot to bring up Helldivers. We'll talk about it in the top stories. But Helldivers, talk about like Call of Duty. You know how everyone was shitting on Call of Duty and they were dogpiling on Call of Duty. Well, now there's a dogpile happening on Helldivers right now between the devs and what's happening. The game is like breaking people's computers. So we'll talk about that in a second. Anything else? Anything else that you've been playing?
Yeah, the Police Simulator we played.
Yeah.
Minecraft palate cleanser, BG3. Everything else I've stopped. I've been playing RPGs most of the week.
I'm trying to think what else I played. I played Helldivers. Oh, I tried a bunch of little demos. I don't know if I have the names off the top of my head. Let me open up my Steam real fast, because I played Next Fest or Indie Fest. Next Fest is happening right now on Steam, and lots of demos are going up. And so with Next Fest, I tried. I don't even know if I have them all here. I deleted some of them off of my Dwarven Project. I tried that. Seemed interesting. It was like graphic not megapixel. What do you call the graphics for Minecraft? The voxel based, right, graphics. It was interesting. You're like a dwarf. You go into your little house and you have to, go to a shop or whatever. You get your hammer and your lantern. You upgrade those weapons that you could dive deep into the thing. It seemed pretty interesting, but it was super buggy. Like every time I try to do something, I would get drop into the floor, get stuck, couldn't get unstuck, so I had to reset it. Then it was a demo, right? So I was just like, okay, moving on. Went from that to I went to this one's called Everwind Demo. Okay, Everwind. Okay, this is another Minecraft-esque type of thing. And I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. This one's actually pretty interesting. Here, let me see if I can bring this up and show you guys. Visit store page. Oh, I can't because of the it's not picking up the screen. Anyway, it's like a Minecraft type of game. It's called Everwind, and you get your own flying ship. Okay, like you get to build a ship, and you have to power it with the wood and stuff, and then it floats up above in the air, and then you like fly to different islands, and then get different resources and stuff like that. And it's actually seems pretty interesting, right up your alley. Like you and me would play it. I think we might play it when it comes out. It says it's coming soon, but it's called Everwind. Let me see if I can actually bring it up on stream. Give me a second. I also played. What was the other one I played? Oh, I played Trucking, where it's like a puzzle game. You have to like deliver things, but it's like a side scroller-esque type of game. Pretty interesting. Real short though. I played iRacing Arcade. iRacing Arcade is the same people that made Super Circuit
the above view
Circuit Superstars. Yeah, same people that made that. Same world basically, but instead of top down, it's now behind, like a Forza Motorsports and stuff like that. But they put different mechanics into it, which you don't get to do in the demo. You just get to race in the demo, but you get to build your own like little racing mogul like business or whatever. You can hire drivers and do a bunch of different stuff. But it's pretty interesting. I'll probably get that. That comes out December 2nd. So yeah, that's a couple of games I played. It's called iRacing Arcade, Everwind, and then the Dwarven. What was it called? Dwarven. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm missing it. Dwarven Project. So that's all the things I've been playing. I like the little games like that though, trying different games out, especially on Steam. Lots of nice little games.
I told you, I have all the old games in my head. They could make remakes of some of them. If they made a up-to-date version of like Wings of Fury, I would play that game into the ground. Let
me show you Everwind. It's Minecraft. It's 100% Minecraft, but I think it's.
So they figured out that Minecraft makes so much money they're trying to copycat Minecraft now.
Yeah. So here, this is.
Did all the talk of Roblox with the pedos all go away all of a sudden? We all forgot about it. Everyone forgot about it.
This is 3 days ago.
I didn't forget about it.
Right. So this is Everwind. You start off in a little castle. You're coming down the tower or whatever.
Straight up Minecraft, bro.
Yeah, it's straight up Minecraft, right?
Straight up Minecraft.
Here, let me fast forward until he gets outside. Then you got to get outside and you got to swim towards a boat. Okay, so you got a boat. You got to put the boat in the water. And then once you get the boat, right, the graphics are better. Now you get onto this thing. Okay, once you get onto this thing, you got to put fuel and stuff. You build yourself a little like pirate ship. Okay. And then once you build up the pirate ship, it actually starts to fly. And when you start flying, then you have access. So you can build whatever you want, and you put these little things on top. You can make it fly as long as you have the fuel and whatnot. So you get to control it. And it's pretty cool. But it's 100% Minecraft. Like a Minecraft mod would basically beat this. If it's right.
But that's why they have so many different skin packs and stuff for Minecraft to make it look like anything.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want with it. So, but I was having fun with this. Like a little exploration of open world, as it says up here, new open world RPG like Skyrim / Minecraft. And then you just travel to different islands and get different resources to upgrade stuff and do things. So pretty cool. So it was one of the major things. Let me see if I can find the Dwarven project for you guys so you can see what that one looks like.
I can only take one Minecraft at a time, and I'm not looking for a Minecraft game to beat Minecraft. Like my brain doesn't work that way. Like when I want a palette cleanser, I play Minecraft. I literally zone out. Right? It's like playing Minecraft to me is like getting high without weed. I don't know how it is. It's just you just zone out. You just zone out. Right? And if I do get high and play Minecraft, I'm like out of my mind because I start doing all kinds of shit.
I can't find.
Then I make it a moral imperative that I'm supposed to save all the villagers.
Is dwarf? Oh, it's Dwarven. Sorry. Dwarven project. Dwarven Kingdom. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming up. It's not showing.
I see a lot of games, Travis, that make me say, "What the hell is that game?" There's too many.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
There's too many.
Yeah, I can't. It's not coming up. It's all right. So yeah, those are the games we've been playing. Let's get to the top stories because we got a lot of stuff to go through. All right, let's start off with Helldivers. Right, so Helldivers right now, Sarge, people are dogpiling on it because it was building up. Right, so the game a couple weeks ago when they brought the new update came out for Xbox. 2 weeks later, they did the update for the bugs with the mine system and stuff like that. Started breaking that. They took that out of the game. People started talking about like the drop ships coming in and they would crash through the ground. People get kicked out. You get kicked to the dashboard.
I told you the guy that they hired is going through the code.
Yeah, I get that.
I keep telling you.
So this has all been happening, and just stuff is not working correctly. It's getting worse and worse. Now, Odo, one of the main content creators, his computer got basically bricked because the game crashed and broke his computer. Another person, they broke their hard drive. Another person lost like a motherboard, all because they were just playing Helldivers because the Helldivers. No, I'm being serious.
You can't blame Helldivers for.
No, I'm being dead serious. This is what's happening. So now people are scared to even play the game on PC.
It's not correlated, bro.
Listen to me. I'm giving you the news. What's happening to Helldivers? What people are. Hence why I preempted and said that people are dogpiling on top of Helldivers. Okay, so. Now people are not playing the game on their PC because they're afraid that their computer is going to break. Okay. Now there's content creators that are like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm not making any more Helldivers content because I don't want to use Helldivers because this is what they built their whole channel on. And now they can't make content because now their computer might break. So it's like this whole thing. On top of that,
it's like a first world problem.
Right. On top of that, Buzz Lightyear, which I talked about last week, I think I brought it up on the show, or at least I brought it up to you. He got banned out of the program because he made a video talking about the game, and all he said during his actual video was there was content creators and he put the exact typing thing in. They were talking about the new engine that Helldivers was using, or word of mouth was saying. He said it's not true, but these are the things he typed in, and 2 people came up. Okay, one was Thornton. I watched his videos, and he's not part of the program, so he came out and said, I didn't report him. I had nothing to do with this, whatever. Because they flagged his video. They told him that you need to take it down. And Buzz Lightyear was like, I'm not taking it down because I didn't do anything wrong, right? He didn't say anything. That's just it. He just reported what was happening, right? So they said, whatever. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but they kicked him from the Helldivers group, okay? So now all the other people that are in the group are like, well, what the hell? Why are you kicking him out of the group? and they're not speaking, right? So now they're all having a meeting or stuff that's going on. And if they don't let him back in or fix whatever's happening, then all the other content creators that are in this group are all leaving the group because in solidarity to, right? So Helldivers right now is getting hit by the engines being held on by duct tape and whatnot.
Bubblegum.
It's bricking people's systems potentially. Allegedly, right? People are getting kicked out of the program. Other people are going to leave the program, right? Just everything's happened on top of that.
Because there's new games coming out for the fall, bro. It's easier to make a clean break from one game by causing all this drama and then walk away clean and start playing the new games for the fall. Why are you surprised by this?
I'm not surprised. I'm just saying that's what's happening. I don't know if you know this, Sarge. This is a podcast talking about gaming news.
No, but I'm saying, like, why are you surprised that they would find some kind of ridiculous reason to blow up Helldivers socially so they can move over to play something else?
But it seems like Helldivers can't get out of its own way, right? Because when they launched, people were raining down on them with praise because they're like, within 6 hours, they were talking to people saying, oh, they're so open and they're talking to us and they're giving us information. And then Sony came in and said, boom, sign up, motherfuckers. You got to pay. You got to sign up for Sony. Everyone's got to be a Sony. Everyone's like, and they all left, right? Then they came back and they all came back with super strong numbers. And then again, they came back and they go, oh, the weapons need to get nerfed. And they're like, what are you nerfing things for, right? They can't get out of their own way, right? So now duct tape's falling off, hire new people to try to fix the code, and they still can't get it right. And now this is all happening.
Bro. It takes time. It takes time. They would probably rather go into hiding right now. Less people play. They got a guy that want to pay for this, help them go through the code. And then sometime in the springtime next year, they're gonna have they'll come out with a whole new advertisement about how we've gone through the code. Here are the updates. Blah blah blah. They'll do it right in a good spot in the year when there's nothing else really coming out. Probably like springtime, like March, April. Like they'll come out with some kind of thing, and everyone will start talking about it again. It'll be a dead zone for everything else. It'll be fine, right? What do you?
The creator program, Krebsy, the people that are part of the Helldivers creator program, there's like, I don't know, 15, 20 of them that all got in it. Right?
That's
the people
great.
that make content for them, and they're all part of the organization. Not part of the organization, but they're, invited in.
If they're not talking shit about you, then they're praising you. It's one or the other, right? There's a lot of shit going on right now. They want to clear the way. They want to make sure that everybody's... Think about it. They want to clear out all the bullshit that's going on, stop people from playing all this other bullshit games. So when they start releasing COD and start doing all this, Arc Raiders is coming out this weekend. We want as many people playing this test as possible. Who wants to play a game that's going to brick their system? Allegedly. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Did you even say that kind of shit? Listen, millions of people have problems with their computers all day long. I'm playing Pong. It goes, oh, my motherboard blew up. Right? You can't go automatically. You can't collude and say, okay, I was playing Helldivers and my motherboard fried. It's Helldivers' fault. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
No, El Nini, this is not an article. This is, if I watch a lot of content for Helldivers. So it started with Buzz Lightyear. Well, actually, it started with the update that came out like, a month and a half ago with the bug update that was breaking things like pods wouldn't come in, ships going through the ground, people's things were crashing. That's where it started with the update right after they went to right after Xbox came out. That was successful, but then the update that they implemented like a week later, 2 weeks later, that's when it started all the problems for this particular thing. Then they took that new content out to rework it for 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Then other things started happening. So it's not an article. It's a group of things that happened throughout the last month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah. Here's the issue. The issue is they made a decent amount of money. They got happy with it. They don't know how to spend money. So now they're going to try to fix the problems as they go and try to spend money on guys making additions for the game. What they don't realize is the actual core of the game is still broken. That needs to be fixed first. So by the time they pay for these guys to go back through the code and fix it while they're still trying to make stuff for the game with all this money they made, they're going to run out of money. They're not going to have anything in the back end. Then they're going to start charging microtransactions out of nowhere. You're going to see that happen first, that there are going to be new microtransactions.
For about Helldivers? Yeah.
For Helldivers. They're going to run out of money, and they're going to go away. Like, that's how this works. Either you go slow, and you try to keep people involved, but you can't all of a sudden get all goofy because you made a ton of money and you think you can spend all the money. You have to maintain.
Well,
you have to maintain a population.
The problem what's happening now is because everyone's waiting for this like big update that they're doing, the big update, which is fixing the bugs that came out, the thing that they implemented 5 weeks ago. If that comes out and it doesn't, like they just fixed that, everyone's like, well, what about this other thing that you're saying, right? It's going to take them, like you said, time, right? And they don't.
That's my point. They can't hire more people,
right?
So they have to, if they're smart with their money.
I mean, they could.
They have fewer people, and it's going to take longer to fix. Right? You have to keep the population. You don't have the time, right? And I'm not talking about you don't have the time because you can't pay someone to be there. The 4 guys or 5 guys that are working for them to be there. What I'm saying is new games around the corner all the time. Your time is going to be up. COD's coming. Other shit's coming. That's it. Your day in the sun is over. You made the money you thought you were going to make. You made extra.
Right.
You're trying to reinvest the money back into it. It's not going to happen the way you think. You think you're going to go back to the same level you were? It never happens that way. Ever.
Yeah. If you come up with a new DLC or something, it's up. It's never going to be. Yeah, you're right. It's never going to hit that mark.
It never goes back out to where it started. So enjoy what you had. Fix what you're going to think you fix, and maybe, just maybe, do what normal people did. Fix your shit and come out with a DLC. $20, $30.
Well, that's what they're doing. They were putting the free DLC in the game, and they couldn't get it working.
I get it. But, because they can't charge you for broke, right? They can't charge you for something that's broke. They're going to have to wait a while, build something actual, tangible. It works, and you can charge me for it like any other normal business would. I have a product. I'm trying to sell it to you. I got a bunch of shit, but it's all broke, so I'm going to give it to you for free because I need you to stay inside my game like that. Tick-tock, bitch. Tick-tock. Your day is over. Your day is over. Ark is going to siphon the oxygen out of the goddamn room.
Well, don't jump ahead. We'll talk about Ark Raiders in a second. I want to talk about Borderlands because I want to get it in and out the door because I don't want to spend too much time on Randy Pitchford here because just what's happening right now with Borderlands, I think, is pretty hilarious.
It's normal what's happening with Borderlands.
Right? Because Randy Pitchford...
I'm going down the checklist. You don't have a list? My checklist is going right down the line.
He came out...
Next.
And I know this. On June 26th, he came out and he said that you're going to have to wait a really long time, right? At least 5 years before Borderlands gets a major discount. Now, obviously, major discount means like 50, 60% or whatever.
How long we have to wait?
But here we are. Here we are 1 month later. Okay, 1 month after the game launched, and Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford said we have to wait at least 5 years to see Borderlands 4 get a major discount, but we only had to wait 1 month for its first smaller discount, as it's already 20% off on Steam. Now, when someone comes out and says, we have such a super successful game, it's the biggest sales ever, and then a month later is a sale going on, you're a liar. Okay, you're a liar because we know, because we're not idiots, we know that if it was selling well, then you wouldn't put it on sale. It wouldn't go on sale. It would stay full price like all the other games that stay full price because they're good games, right? When the sales start dipping, then they have to start putting actual sales out there to get other people to put
33% off by Black Friday.
Oh, 100%.
33% off by Black Friday.
33% with something else. Be like with the first DLC or something. It'll be something.
The first DLC come out yet?
Right, or some key. They'll give you some what are they called?
I don't even think the DLC came out yet.
No, the DLC comes out early next year with the new Vault Hunter or whatnot. Right. So
they're gonna have to give you a discount and tell you that DLC is included. That you don't even know what it is yet. That's how they're gonna have to sell it. It's gonna be 33% off, and you get that DLC included. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, we said 3 months ago when Randy first said this on June 26th. On July, I think it was like 3rd or whatever it was, during this podcast, I did it by myself on my own show, but on this podcast, we both said, that's not how that works, Randy. Your game goes on sale when the customers say the game goes on sale, because if we stop buying something and you want to make that sales, guess what? You're going to make it go on sale. And it was, I said, I can't find the exact clip. I could have sworn I said by October, November, it will go on sale. I mean, we're in October, right? 1 month afterwards, it's on sale. right? So on top of that, Borderlands, people are a little upset because of the grind, right? The grind that's in there because the drop rates are horrendous, right? Now I know what you're thinking, Sarge. You're like, in Borderlands 2, we used to grind all the time. That was the fun part, right? But see, the corporation said, how do we drain the fun out of fun, right? So it was fun to grind when the percentage was like, let's say 10% or maybe 15%. But now, according to this gentleman who spent 150 hours and over 3,000 boss kills, did a little test, shares his knowledge with us, puts a whole breakdown of everything that he's done. Okay, every time he got a kill off something, he figured out what the actual percentage was on his test, which is more than most surveys do, because surveys
don't
don't.
QA test he does ever.
Yeah. This is just by one guy who does it because he finds it fun.
Harder than most devs.
All right, so I want to scroll down to a part here where he talks about the actual percentages of stuff. Okay, so here he says the nerdy math answer is a primary reason to push for change is the severity of the outliers. For example, in my data, the longest cold streak was when I farmed the Fractix. Okay, it took 96 runs to get a single UAV grenade to drop. Okay, he says the odds of not getting that item 96 consecutive times at a 5% drop rate are about a 1 in 137. Okay, he says in stark contrast, at 10% drop chance, the odds are going cold for 96 trials in a row are just 1 in 24,703. He says going from a 5% to 10%, okay, isn't just doubling the chance, it's reducing the worst possible outlier outcomes by a factor of 180. Those outcomes make people give up and quit due to frustration and should limit it as much as possible. An increase of 10% would make a world of difference. Now, he says that Borderlands 2, why it was so successful is because the drop rate was much higher, right? And you would farm and get the drop, but you would also not get the perfect roll, but you would get the drop. You would get the actual gun, but it might not have the other perk on there, right? But you still got the actual drop. Now you're not even getting the drop, right? On top of that, there's 30 billion combinations or whatever inside the thing for you to get. So now it's astronomically high, which is just... So let's look at this now, right? Imagine being in Borderlands, Sarge, the entire time you're grinding for these things, and you happen to get the one thing that you wanted, and it happened to be melting people and just destroying everything, making the game completely.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Super easy.
That's how it's supposed to work.
The devs think that 7-day notice. Borderlands fans, right? Your dev warns you that insane boss melting builds based on the unintended interactions are gone. Okay, so you have this week, right now, they're probably having a patch go in where they're going to nerf the thing. Now, again, this is probably one of the weapons that wasn't unintended to do this thing. But what's to stop them?
People figured out what
That's right.
does. I watched the spiffing Brent, and he took the shock taser gun and was able to compound the damage and kill the final boss in 10 seconds. 10 seconds, right?
Yeah, but he figured it out.
So
yeah,
what?
Yeah, exactly right. So what?
He found out how to work it. He did the math. He did with the combination of the gun and whatever kind of bonus thing he had on his character and the mod on the weapon. So what?
Well,
what is the problem with this?
They're calling up HR. They're like, we're getting our asses kicked in here. You guys need to nerf this. Okay. So obviously they're melting the things that wasn't supposed to kill the bosses, but then there's going to be something else that someone finds.
That's correct.
Right. And then
that's correct.
That's going to melt.
That someone finds.
Right. And that's going to melt something. And then are they going to nerf that? And if they nerf that, are you respecting my time as a player? So maybe, just maybe, Borderlands should do something, because this is what's happened. Now, I get it. It's a single-player game. It's a co-op game. You play the game, you beat the story, you put it down. But that's not what Borderlands is supposed to be. Borderlands is you beat one Vault Hunter, you go to the next Vault Hunter, there's DLC coming, you do the thing, you go for the grind. But they're not making it fun. The grind for the actual weapons, not fun. Okay? The things that you find in the game, they're going to nerf. Right? It's like, why can't we just...
Why am I playing?
Why am I going to play your game if you're going to stop me at every intersection and be like, show me your ID. Show me this thing. What weapon is it? You can't use that weapon, right? What are you doing?
Police. It's the fun police.
Right? I don't understand this.
You want us to spend money. You want us to be in your game, but you want us to tell. You want You want me to play the game the way you want me to play it. As soon as you start talking that way, that's the line right there. I'm done with you. I don't care. Hey, by the way, Randy, there's like 10,000 games a year, right?
Right.
That are buying for my time. I don't give a shit about your game. If you want me to play it, let it be fun. If you don't want me to play it, keep fucking talking. Keep fucking talking.
We're not going to have any sales. It's going to have so many guns. And then the one gun that you find, we're going to nerf.
I don't want to go crazy so early. Do you believe that when you make the possibility of that many combinations of guns, before it was just guns, guns and class mods equaled power, okay?
Yeah.
Then you decided you wanted us to break down the guns, individual pieces, and put those pieces into our own gun to make, plus class mods. So by a factor of like 1,000, you made it possible for us to discover things on our own that you could never possibly test for. You can't test for it. There's too many options in your own fucking game that you made. So when somebody's sitting around, he's sick, calls out for 48 hours, he's got the flu, fucks around with your game and finds out the instantaneous death missile gun that he can make by putting this and this together that nobody else has found. Why? Because there's 30 fucking million guns, right? Nobody's going to find the same gun I'm going to find.
30 billion. Yeah.
Whatever. At that point, it doesn't matter. So someone found something cool to make, fucking let him have it.
Yeah.
Let him fucking have it.
Yeah.
What you're telling me is 30 billion guns. But as soon as I find one that you don't like, you take it from me. Like it's some kind of parent taking the toy away from his kid.
Yep. Nope, not that one. Pick all of these things you want to play. No, not that one. Oh, you want that one? No, you can't use that one.
Makes no sense, man.
Yeah.
You want me to play your game. You want bodies in your game so you get buzz. People talk about it. Their friends play it. And every weekend you can talk about who you fought in Borderlands 4. But no, you don't want that. You want a complete controlled game that you're controlling. I'm sorry. Any gamer with half a brain that hears that shit walks. Look at the line. They walk. I don't have to play it. I'll find something else. Hey, by the way, Arc Raiders tomorrow. Bye, Randy. Bye.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because this is just going to get worse as the game gets on and they add more stuff to the game, right? They add more new DLC content comes in. You're not going to get this huge push. You might go from 27,000 to 70,000, right? Like you said just before, you're never going to say anything, right? Like they're not going to acknowledge. They're just going to keep going and go, oh, well, we're listening. And when people say that the grind is bad and they say this is bad and everyone's like, no, it's perfect. But then they go back and they actually fix it in the patch notes. They actually put stuff in there. Like, what do you think they should do, Sarge? How do you stop the bleeding from this to happen? You can't, right?
Well, first you have to poison Randy Pitchford.
Stop it. It can't say that.
I didn't say kill him. I said poison him. So he goes off on a sabbatical somewhere and he can't speak, right? Then you come out with, we're letting you do whatever you want. A matter of fact, every week we're going to have a contest. Who can make the greatest gun combination to kill a boss as fast as possible? Send us your videos. That's how you fix a problem like that. When you want to be a gamer making games for gamers, that's how you do it. You make it fucking fun. What's with all the fucking rules? What's with the rules? I don't get it.
I would turn into the skid. I would show the over gun, right? And then people go, "Oh, where'd you get that?" And then they know where they dropped it from, and then people would go get it, right? I wouldn't nerf anything. Never nerf in a single player game. Never nerf in a PvE game, I should say. Okay? Let them have fun. Okay? But yeah, I would turn into the skid. I'd be like, "Yeah, you want this build? Go get it here. Look at this build." Like what No Man's Sky does. Sean Murray, he shows the builds of people that are making of the ships and stuff like that. Like he's like, "Hey, look at this. Like you could also make this if you wanted to make this. Like let me see what you got." Randy Pitcher's like, "You can't use that gun. You can't use it." No, I'd be like, "Look at this build. He killed that boss in 3 seconds. Who can do it faster?
Right.
Let's see.
That's what you would do.
Let's see who can do it faster."
That's what you would do.
Right. I would turn into the skid.
You'd make it fun. You'd make it fun. Have people compete over it. Nope. Fun police. Fun police is here.
Yeah.
It's sad, bro. Right?
It is sad.
All he does is talk, and the more he talks, the lower the line goes. What's in his contract? Does his contract say he's allowed to say whatever he wants, regardless of how low the stock price goes? Like, what's the rules in his world that he's allowed to fuck his own company up for this fucking long, and there's no repercussions? Does he get like a minus bonus? Does he get one less car? Do they kill his dog? Like, what happens? What happens when you talk this much shit to affect your own company and you're the CFO?
Supposedly the sales are less than 4 million. I think it's like maybe 4.5, something like that.
We already told you how many sales were. We knew that.
Yeah.
We knew what was going to happen.
Which is not very good. They need to sell like 7 to 8.
More like 12.
Well, 7 to 8, I think, to make profit, right? Obviously, you want to make more. You don't want to just skirt past it. You want to make a lot more money. I don't know, man. I think this is bad for the future of Borderlands because I don't think there's a Borderlands 5 coming, right? Anytime soon. If this doesn't do banger numbers, right?
Who's gonna give them the money to make it? If this is how much money you make when you
that's what I'm saying. I think the franchise is sort of just kind of
based off of what your returns are. You to go out and get a loan to pay developers to make the next game. What are you going to ask for?
Right.
It's going to be less than what you did now because they're not going to give you more.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
And you don't. And by the way, just because you have a series that's working for you doesn't mean it's a God-given right that the game lasts forever. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. Right?
Yeah.
You had your spin-offs, you didn't learn. Right? You had your spin-off games and you still didn't learn.
You had a movie and you right? Fucked that up too.
So instead of making a game fun for gamers to have fun in, you decided you want to be the fun police. Well, here's your bed, lie in it now.
Yeah.
All the talking, all the bullshit. You sold your game. This is your number. That's your number. Sorry. You're going to have a sale for the holidays, I'm sure. You'll probably sell an additional 1 or 2 million copies in the long run over the next maybe 2 years after all the sales are out. And we move on. You're going to move on because you can't get a hold of your Rottweiler. You can't get a hold of him. You can't just make a game and make it fun. You have to cause problems, all these fucking rules, and that's all this nonsense. It's nonsense. I can't play a game without being preached to every 3 seconds, right? I thought Spiffing Brit's fucking video was hilarious.
I didn't watch it.
You have to watch it, bro. You have to watch it. You can watch it at 1.5 speed because he just talks 100 miles an hour anyway. All you have to do is watch what he's doing with the gun. He goes, "This is what the gun does. This is what the math is. So I decided to do this. And
right.
Then I did this. And then I did this. And then I did this. And now it's over. Now I just walk up to the guy and I breathe on him and he's dead. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder how long did it take him to get to that point? Probably not that long because he understands the math behind it. A lot of people that play these games don't understand the math.
Yeah, they don't understand. They don't understand the abilities of what the gun
when it stacks.
Gun bonuses are stacks
with the stacks
mods that you have. That's correct.
Yeah,
but because he realized through trial and error that the gun was stacking, even though he said it. He even said it in the video. He says that the damage is stacking. It's not supposed to stack, but because I'm doing this in the game, and he gave like the example, he would shoot and then melee and then continue shooting. It's some kind of like little glitch that you're not breaking the game. It's just causing the game to say that I'm doing continuous damage and then I'm not, and then I am again. And because of that little blip between fire,
like the iframes or whatever it is,
causes the damage to double, and then he just repeats the process to double it again, and double it again, and double. You're doing like
right, so it's just stacking
40,000 damage or 50,000 damage is ridiculous. So what, right? Who cares? Who cares? I want to know the other end of this. Explain to me in the realm of corpo world, what do you think the answer is with you guys? So you're in your mind, you're thinking, well, if we give them a 5% drop rate, we're going to keep them in the game longer.
Right,
and
they'll play longer.
And then we can sell them more shit. Right? That's what it is. We're going to sell them
more
shit.
Is Borderlands selling anything? I don't think they are.
But if that's not the case, then what's the mentality of making me stay in the game longer?
I don't know.
Do you believe that an individual will just mindlessly play a game because you found some kind of secret code on how to program a game that you'll just
percentage
regardless of what happens?
There's a percentage, but it's a very small percentage that'll do that, right? A lot of people are like lemmings; they'll go where everyone else is, right? Like
I know there's lemmings, bro.
If you're out in a park, right? People want space, but all of a sudden, if there's a crowd on that side of the park, everyone's like, "Oh, what's happening over there?" They'll start to go over towards the crowd because they want to know what's happening over there, right?
Yes, but if you make me stay inside your game, but it's not
fun, right? It's not fun.
It's not fun to be here. I'm hanging out with my friends and we're talking and we don't get anything when we're playing the game. You've sucked the fun out of the room. So what does it matter if I'm inside your game or not? Did I not give you the money already? So all you're really doing is pissing me off to where the next time you make a game, I don't want it at all.
Right. Well, that's where we are. that's
care.
where we are. Yeah.
I don't care. It doesn't make sense. If you were trying to milk me, then you would have to have some kind of gotcha game. The reason why I want to be in the goddamn game to give you more money.
Right. It's got to be fun.
You can't even do that. You can't even allow the player to have fun inside the game. We have all these choices for you. All these choices. You have choices and choices. And I go, that's amazing, all those choices. This is incredible, right? And then you play it and you find out 4 choices out of 400 billion, right?
Are worth it.
Melt a boss.
Right.
And now, not allowed. Makes no sense, bro.
Because even if you find, I don't know, let's just say there's 1 million guns out of the 30 billion that they say there's in the game, whatever combinations, but we find the next powerful one. How do I know you're not going to nerf that one?
There will always be.
How do I know you're not going to nerf that one when we find it? And the only reason they nerf it is when a certain percentage of the player base gets it. Do you know what I mean? They did it in Destiny all the time.
When I had Maya in Borderlands 2, I was able to find an infinity pistol with a 89 or 91% fire rate, right? I maxed out her fire rate tree, right? And I basically, when I fired the weapon with the beast shield on, I basically heard a chainsaw, right? I heard a chainsaw, right?
Yeah.
You don't even know why it was called the infinity gun.
It looked like a laser. Yeah.
No, it's not a laser. The infinity gun, the infinity gun, if you fire fast enough, it actually makes the little infinity symbol. This is the bloom of the gun. The bloom of the gun does this. That's the bloom of the gun. And I had a B shield, and so as long as I didn't get hit, I was doing 100,000 a hit, just chainsawing through people, right? But if I got hit, the shield would go down, and I would be doing normal damage. So glass cannon up the ass. Did somebody knock on my door? Hey, Sarge, you gotta cut that shit out. We're gonna nerf the infinity gun. Nobody nerfed shit. You just played how you wanted to play. Fucking dumb, dude.
John says, please start the show all over again, 30. All right, I'll do it just for you. Hey, guys, welcome back to another episode. No, sorry. We're not going to do that. Just rewind. 1.5 speed. You'll catch up.
He would catch up.
Yeah, I know you would. No. So, Sarge, about 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, it was before this system came out. So it was over 5 years ago. I talked about the future of Xbox. The future of what they would do is they wouldn't sell you a console. They would just sell you a thumb drive, right? A controller, and 3 months of Game Pass is what I said they would sell us. And so
here it is.
Here we are.
Here it is.
Amazon. No Xbox.
What do I get?
No problem. The limited time Game Pass bundle turns your TV into a console, and the deal is still active post Amazon Prime Day. All right, so you get a Fire Stick TV, a 4K, a controller, and Ultimate Access for under $100.
Boom.
Okay?
Boom. There it is.
I nailed it. I said $99 with the controller, with the stick, with Game Pass, right? And so what you get right here is Amazon Fire Stick TV, white controller, plus 1 month now. It's 1 month because it's $30. Now, see, when I predicted it back in the day,
it would have been 3 months. It would have been.
It would have been 3 months because it's $10. It's $10, right?
It was $10 a month.
Yeah. So it says, have you ever thought about giving Xbox games a go, but are intimidated by the worrying price hike of home consoles, and the bundle is the best affordable option for you? As of right now, you can also get your hands on an Amazon Fire Stick TV, 4K, an Xbox controller, and a month of Game Pass Ultimate Pass game for a huge bundle of $98.93. God damn it, I was off by $1.07. Son of a bitch.
You know what makes me laugh? What makes me laugh is that Phil Spencer caused his own issue, right? He said that we're not worried about Nintendo and Sony. We're worried about Google, Amazon, Netflix, and that kind of thing. Now, I didn't understand completely what he meant then.
I did.
But, if you get rid of your own hardware and then only sell digital games and you sell nothing physical, and then you tell everybody that you don't have any more hardware anymore and you're only streaming, You basically walked into the clubhouse of Google, Amazon, and Netflix, right? You walked into the room. You said, hey, I'm not selling anything anymore. I'm going to just stream shit. And they go, cool, you're just streaming shit? I'm going to sell your controller and a Fire Stick so they can play games on my system. Like, no shit, you fucked up. You just gave them the keys to the kingdom. They don't have to do any fucking thing, right?
Yeah, but
and why is the white controller the selling point? Why is that like an actual thing? The white controller. What is that? Like a dig? Is that like a dig?
Yeah,
I don't understand why.
I like the black controller better. I think it looks. I think it looks nicer. I don't want white because white gets dirty too easily. You can see it shows all the
the smudges and snot. Yeah. But it doesn't make any sense to me how he complains about worrying about competition where he actually created it. They basically put a flag in the sand and they said, I want new competition, and so they gave it to him. Like, yeah, that's what we're doing now.
No, but you see, I think of it differently, right? So I think he's not Phil Spencer, but Microsoft. They're playing 4D chess, man. Like, so we're the lowest on the totem pole of consoles being sold. They're like, so let's get rid of the console. We still have console. We're still dead last in consoles. That's not going to change, right? So they still have the Xboxes out there. The next Xbox, whatever they come out with in 2027, 2028, they're still might be dead last in console sales. But now what they're doing, because of where technology is going with the cloud, okay, with the thing, if they give everyone a controller and the Game Pass app is on your Fire Stick, it's on your television set, it's on your mobile phone, it's on the thing. They're slowly conditioning you, okay? They're slowly conditioning you to play games there. Now, a lot of people, us, we want to own our games. The younger people don't give a shit about owning anything.
They don't care.
They don't care. So now, if you want to use Amazon's Fire Stick, you're going to use our games on their Fire Stick, so they're making money there. And if you want to use this over here, then you're using their product over there, and they're not dishing out that money for that Android device or for that Apple device or for that Fire Stick device. So like, yeah, go ahead. You guys make the products, and we'll just put it on software, which they've done the entire existence of Microsoft. Yeah. Okay? So much so that's why they're moving the operating system to Windows. The new ROG Ally runs off of Windows. Okay, they're trying to put this all in perspective for them to make it more convenient, right? So when people are like, "Well, the new ROG Ally doesn't play all our games," none of your consoles play all your games, right? It's a new console, so everything that you buy now, or the more of the stuff they're putting on with the cloud, and by the way, yeah, you can't play your brand new game that you just bought on this ROG Ally, but if it's on Game Pass or if it's on our cloud, you can play it. So you have thousands of games, not just playing on our system, but you can also play your Steam games. You can also play your Battle.net games. You can play all these other things.
Yes, but they're putting the roadblock in on purpose. If you come out with a handheld system and everything's fucking streaming and digital, I should be able to play all the games I've purchased on your platform on any piece of hardware. That's how it should be. It's not backwards compatible. It's digital and cloud. We're not talking about outdated fucking software. You guys keep preaching about nothing's an Xbox. Nothing. Right? And then you said everything's an Xbox.
Right. Nothing's an Xbox. Now everything's an Xbox.
Now everything's an Xbox. So if I buy an Xbox product and everything's digital, if I get the handheld version or I've got the house edition, I should play all my games. I should be able to play all my games. What's this hindrance about saying that I'm not allowed to play certain things now because the ROG Ally can't handle it, or the ROG Ally is not meant for that? Or well, what's it meant for? Like, how hard up for gaming do you think I am that if I walk out of my house, I start sweating after an hour and a half because I don't have a fucking handheld thing in my hand playing a fucking video game? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
right?
I gotta play.
I have a phone, I got a tablet. The fuck do I need your ROG Ally for? What do I need it for? Right? Yeah. Then I get it. Then I'm convinced by some miracle to buy it for $1,000, right? And I get it, and then I start playing with it. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. The controller is the same controller as my controller, so that means you'll get stick drift in, 6 months, 8 months? And then I can't play half the games that I have because they won't work on the ROG Ally. Why did I buy this again? Why did I buy this?
You got to keep up with the Joneses. That's basically why. You want the new you want the new television, you want the new oven, you want the new...
Bro, we're in Delulu land.
Well, I think this is smart. Obviously, it's only a limited time. The real price is $150, $134.97 is the suggested retail price. right? But I said it 6 years ago. And please, Krebsy, give me my flowers and my cookies, please, for another prediction of mine that came true, right? With the controller and 3 months of Game Pass, which is not 3 months of Game Pass, which is now 1 month of Game Pass because it's $30, which would have been 3 months of Game Pass, all right? And a dongle, which
we
remember
called dongle years ago, bro.
Yeah, which remember Phil Spencer had a dongle or what was it, Keystone? It was called the Keystone, which never happened, and maybe it will happen. Maybe that's what they're going to come out with next, where they're like, we have our own dongle that you can plug into your system, whatever. So,
why would I make a piece of hardware when all smart TVs have all the same software?
Why spend all that extra money?
Why make hardware when they can use the software inside smart TVs and just give you a dongle and download the
because there's so many there's so much competition now, and they're all making their own hardware. Microsoft's like, why are we going to get into this market where we can be 5th or 6th or 7th place? Even if you're first, you're still putting tons of money into research and development for all these things when they could be like, app, here's a cloud.
That's it. Cloud.
That's it.
Right? Which makes me wonder about the whole leveling for the cloud, because I know how much problems I have right now with Ultimate, right? How much problems I have right now with the speed of cloud and what happens with cloud. And how was your cloud experience? That fucking little survey that comes up after every time I hang up the game, and I put unhappy face all the time. Because all you keep
because they don't have a middle finger. I know that's exactly why you put the unhappy face.
Well, because all you guys keep bragging about is the cloud. So if I have Ultimate and I already have problems with cloud, when I go down 2 levels because I don't give a shit about your Game Pass anymore, how much are you going to dig me on the cloud then? Because I'm not paying for awesome cloud, right? I gotta pay for awesome cloud in order for the games to work. How can you make me feel that my money is being spent well if the cloud games that I can play on the lowest tier are garbage to begin with? And what do I want this for? I don't want it at all.
You know what's funny? If you notice that if you go look at Game Pass right now, don't even look at Ubisoft Plus that they've added. I've noticed they have a shit ton of really independent games coming out that they're all throwing on Game Pass now, right? So there's a lot of games coming on Game Pass. And I was like, holy shit, right? Because the value, they can't keep putting the AAA titles because they're 100 million, 200 million, whatever. So now they're getting the $5 million, $7 million games, $10 million games, $20 million games, and they're all putting them on there. Yeah. And now that they raised the price, they're putting all this at the value of what it is. But it's all these little independent games, which is, you can't be mad at them because you're like, well, I don't like AAA games anymore because they're broke, buggy, unfinished. And now they're putting all these AAA or all these indie games on Xbox now. So it's kind of like, well, you were mad that we were putting shitty AAA games that were unfinished, but now we're putting independent games on there. So what now, right? But now you're paying $30 and you're like, is it worth $30 a month for these indie games and not the top tier AAA games, AA games and stuff? So I just find it a little weird because they put a shit ton of games, regardless of Ubisoft Plus and EA, just indie games that they've thrown on in the last 2 weeks. I was like, what is all of this? Every day it's just boom, boom, boom. They just keep putting more stuff out. I'm not going to play 99% of them.
It doesn't make sense.
Thank you so much for the roses and cookies. I appreciate that.
What does make sense, though, is selling me a controller and have a Fire Stick on the back of my TV. That's gold, Jerry. Gold.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to find it. But there's a lot of content in 6 years, so I don't know if I'll. Sarge, I don't know if you remember this game. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. We talked about it with Kingard when he was on the show. I don't know if it was earlier this year or if it was last year when we were watching the award show. But Kingard played this, and he said he didn't like it, right? And then it came out over the summer. I think it was April, May. Came out, didn't do very good. They kind of went back to the drawing board, added a new update, and still not doing well. They had to fire some people. And now FBC Firebreaker still underperformed despite the overhaul, confirms Remedy. Okay, so again, I don't think anyone asked Remedy, who makes good games, single-player games, that they wanted a co-op live service game that they wanted to put on. But here we are. So FBC Firebreaker still isn't having success Remedy was hoping for, despite the massive new update the studio confirms. Imagine just putting the game out done and complete instead of pacing it over the time.
They can't.
As Remedy Entertainment debuted its multiplayer FBC Firebreak released earlier this year to not a shining review, just that, it did much better than Concord. much better than Concord. It's set in Controller Universe. It's also a title was also met with many complaints. It's opening of a lack of substance last month. The new update called Breakpoint aimed to fix those issues, and also more than content like the Crisis and Weapons. And while it also seems that it will also be do the trick, Remedy has confirmed that it hasn't done that just yet. So Firebreaker did not meet the internal targets at Remedy Studio confirmed. So the reason they're doing this, Sarge, is because I'm sure next week or the next week after we'll see more layoffs happening, and then we'll have to report that as well. So an investor post on the company's website, Remedy Entertainment, confirms that despite the overhaul of FBC Firebreak has not met the internal targets for sales. The news comes before the studio actual investors report on October 29th in a statement from the CEO. Remedy is recognizing the non-cash impairment of capitalized development costs and allocated purchase, publishing, and distribution rights related to FBC Firebreak. And while we balance future investments to the title, we continue developing and improving the game in line with the update long-term sales forecast, right? So obviously they had a budget. They have the content already created, and they're going to continue making the content. And then once they hit that last content, they're just going to shut the game down. Obviously, it's on Game Pass, so you can try it on Game Pass. But this game's done, right? This game's absolutely done.
But do you understand? Do you guys in chat really understand that the call of a live service game's money supply is so overwhelming to the corpos that they can't help themselves? They would rather bankrupt the studio, take out extra money, fire everybody for the chance of making that money.
Yeah.
Even though we know like 80% of them fail, it doesn't matter. To them, it's just a write-off. It's just a write-off. The goal is to get to that epic money. The goal is to get to that epic money.
Right. Take the shot to maybe get into what Fortnite's doing. Right.
That's the goal.
100%.
Right? So they are 100% behind sacrificing talent, time, and money to achieve that goal. They don't give a shit, right? Instead of just making a fucking game and selling it to people, undercut your staff, sell a decent game. When you make a good amount of money because you made a really fun game, make the sequel better, get a better following.
Right. Slowly build
money.
up.
Slowly.
Yep.
They don't want it. They would much rather spend $200, $300, $400 million, go for the gusto, let it rise, 7, right? And then when it doesn't happen, everyone gets fired. The upper guys get to stay because they never get fired. Golden parachutes for everybody.
Yep. We're fine. Yep, we're fine.
And then we want to know what's wrong with the system. What's wrong with the system? You guys. You guys are the problem. Stop buying this garbage. Let them go bankrupt so many fucking times that they know not to make these fucking games anymore. Right?
There you go, Sarge.
That's the issue. That's the issue. 110% issue. That's what it is.
No pre-order.
Now, what are we supposed to do here, guys? Just
no
keep
full price.
Let me ask you, how many nervous breakdowns do you think the average male or female could have when they have 3 kids, a mortgage, and they have to keep moving to a different fucking state every fucking 18 months because another studio let them go and they have to go find another fucking job? How many times do you think that happens before you become fucking suicidal or just fucking crazy or divorced or all this other bullshit because your job isn't steady? Right? I can't move someplace and make fucking video games because every fucking year some corpo dickwad wants to make the next greatest fucking online game.
Yeah. Well, since Mo brought it up in chat, we'll go to the next one, which is Quantic Dream's first multiplayer game in Spellcasters Chronicles, a 3v3 strategy action game. A closed beta for the game will start later this year. 3v3. I hear that's huge, Sarge. Just hours after Quantic Dream president David Cage told players it was working on its first ever multiplayer game, said games has now been announced. I have a question. Are they still working on that Star Wars game that they promised like 4 or 5 years ago? All right. Spellcaster Chronicles is described as a team-based 3v3 strategy action game, which has a fantasy setting. Players take control of spellcasters. You know what? I'm going to just stop reading. You know why, Sarge? This game's not going to make it.
Does it have a beta out yet?
No, it's coming out later this year.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Until I see it on the screen and someone's actually playing it.
Yeah, I'm going to concord this article because there's no reason for me to read it because this game will not make it. A 3v3 strategy action game is not going to make it. And if it is successful, it's going to be successful in a very minute, very small base. So there you go. So yeah, Quantic is still making it, and I'll guess what? Do you think because they make this game, they took people away from the other game, from the Star Wars game they were making, and now the Star Wars game is probably not going to come out finished in any way, shape, or form as well?
It depends on who's under the umbrella, right? Because remember, if you're paying devs to be there, their salary is their salary, regardless of what they're working on.
Sure.
So when,
sure.
when you get all these articles saying that they pulled people from studios to do something else, it's not like it's like an amazing thing, right? The dev gets 85.3 a year. He's moving over here. We want you to work over here for 3 months. Cool. I'm still getting my paycheck. It's not like the paycheck stops or I get a bonus check, right? I work for the company. This is my salary, right? So if they have to get a game out, they just move them on over until they get the game out, right? Case in point, EA's Battlefield, same shit, right? 5 studios. People look at it and like, oh my god, 5 studios. Like, yeah, they didn't call extra friends over. They didn't call like other companies over to come. They took their own guys. Yeah. They just told everybody's got to come into this house and work on this. That's all they did. So
you DM me a little. Oh, hold on. Travis sent me this. This is to add to this story, which is Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain of Detroit become human developer Quantic Dream insists that Star Wars Eclipse development continues despite competitive multiplayer game plans. I'll believe it when I see it. I can smell bullshit. I can smell bullshit from a mile away. I guarantee you, if a Star Wars game comes out, it won't be complete. It's been how many years since we saw the Eclipse game?
Which streamer or which news streamer is going to come out with the list of how many games were canceled this year?
I mean, I'm not going to do it.
And not to mention how many people got fired this year. Because by the way, the firings won't happen until like they're a little bit before Christmas. You know how that works. A little bit right before Christmas.
Yeah, just right before Christmas.
To keep everybody on edge, right? Keep you on edge. Like, I'm gonna have a Christmas this year, and your kids are all excited, and you're like, oh, I've been fired. It's so great. I get to find a temporary job until
Clark
January.
Griswold when he got fired and he didn't have the money for the pool, right?
Yeah,
no bonus.
That's
no
exactly
bonus.
what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly
But
it.
they're gonna get the Jelly of the Month Club. They're gonna get that.
So it says in the blog post published today, Quantic Dream chief David Cage revealed that the company had now decided to operate with multiple internal teams after years as a single project studio dedicated to a single-player narrative-focused game. Discussing his plans, Cage said that Quantic Dream was now creating something very different, a competitive multiplayer experience that may surprise our fans as if they're very different from what we have done so far. First of all, your fans like your single-player, story-driven games. And you're like, you know what they're really asking for? 3v3 competitive multiplayer game. We were just talking about they're going for that Hail Mary. They want to go for that live service game type of thing. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. This is what it is. Because that Star Wars game is not that. That's a buy a game, play the game, put that game down. This is a buy the game, microtransactions, skins, season pass, more things coming into the game. And I guarantee you the beta comes out, it'll have a microtransaction store ready to go, and that'll work flawlessly. Now, I'm don't know these things, but I'll come back to this clip when it comes out and it does these things, and then you can give me my flowers and cookies again.
I don't understand the mentality anymore. How you're willing to sacrifice this much. I'm not going to give them any shit for trying something new, because the industry definitely needs something new. Like, you don't have to do the same cookie cutter game each time.
Is 3v3 PvP multiplayer action game? Is that next hot thing?
No. Well, it might be, but the issue is that most of the studios still currently right now for bang for the buck for what they're paying these devs, bloated employment. Too many guys sitting around doing a bunch. Look at the games we saw that had teams of 15 people. Even some of the games that had like 2 people or 3 people. Look at the quality of the game for 3 people. Now you're telling me there's a studio of 2,000 people and we can't get shit done. Like, there's a sweet spot number for studio sizes, and once you surpass that, the game loses all soul. Right? Just how it is. Your budgets are bloated. It's 100% accurate. It's been this way since 2021. You are bloated beyond help. Right? So yeah, there's going to be firings. You have to get people that know how to do the things that you need to get done in the game. You can't We've seen how these guys work on these engines. 4 guys doing the job of 15 or 25 people. That's how it's always been. For some reason, what kind of tax breaks they must get? How do you hire an extra 200 people for the same kind of game and then want to know why you can't make the sales? Because now you just jumped up your sales from a single-digit sales number to double digits. Before,
right.
6 and 7 millions, $1 million copy sold was completely fine for any game anywhere, right? You were good, right? Now you're bankrupt. If I sell 8 million copies of any game at $80, I'm bankrupt. I can't make the next game. Why? Well, how is that possible? How?
Yeah.
How?
Jesse says not going to come out next year. Might be 2027. You're talking about the Star Wars game, Jesse? Is that what you're talking about? They'd be smart because now next year we have the Star Wars movie, the first Star Wars movie in 6 years to come out, which is Mando and Grogu, whatever, the Adventures of Mando and Grogu. And there's another Star Wars movie coming out with, what's his name? The actor, Ryan Gosling, where he's rumored Mara Jade's and Luke Skywalker's son. Have you heard this one, Sarge? That's what they're putting together. So if that movie comes out or Mando movie comes out, if they can get that game somewhere around the vicinity of those things, it might help the sales just because people watch the movies, get hyped, and are like, oh, I'm going to buy the Star Wars game, type of stuff like that,
They're
right?
hoping
But
that movie's going to be like Rogue One.
yeah. If it is true that that's Mara Jay's son and Luke Skywalker's son, and that Rey's going to train him, oh my God, it's just so done, so done. All right, the next story I want to talk about is Battlefield, right? We got a lot of Battlefield stuff to talk about. Battlefield came out last week, Sarge. It's official. All right, this doesn't say it, but it's official that they sold 7 million units for Battlefield. Okay, I'll show you the Battlefield numbers here. So they did very well. Battlefield had 747,440 on Steam alone. Okay, so there's about 4 million sales on. There was 5 or 7 million pre-orders on Steam. They ended up with about.
I thought it was 1.4 million.
Is it 1.4? Yeah, it was 1.4, 1.7 pre-orders, and then it's they had roughly about 4 million, 4.5 million on Steam, and then about 1.5 on PlayStation, or 1.7, and then the lowest one was Xbox. But total 7 million sales, which is fantastic. Right, they're showing people as a third best for FPS shooter on Steam, but there was also problems. Right, the problem was that EA browser, I'm sorry, not EA, the EA launcher, basically shit the bed. It was having massive problems, and then Vince Zampella came out and said, "Look, he complained about the EA app and suggests that players go to Steam instead." Now, obviously, very smart move by Vince Zampella. Okay, now. Years ago when he got hired by them, I was like, I'm a fan of Vince Zampella. I liked him because of all the other games he's worked on. Okay. He's coming over to DICE, but now he's turning basically Battlefield into a Call of Duty because he's the guy for Call of Duty, right? We'll get to that in a second. But this is great PR because you have this CEO, this lead of this company saying, yeah, I work for this company. And if you're having problems with EA, return it and then go over to Steam, right? That wins huge points, brownie points, right? For the fans being like, he's one of us. Vince Zampella cares about the customers. He wants us to have a good time. He's telling us to leave his own platform that they own to go to Steam, and he doesn't care about losing the money type of stuff. But really, in the back of his mind, he's like, I don't care where they play, as long as they're in the ecosystem, right? As long as they're giving us the $70, I don't give a shit if you're playing on EA, if you're playing on console, if you're playing on Steam, or they don't care, right? So that was one cool bonus of him, okay? Here, because of that, Battlefield 6 hands out free battle passes to some players after the EA outage. So Battlefield 6 players hit by the EA outage will get a free seasonal pass as a developer investigates a game not released, right? So obviously they want you just in the ecosystem. So now not only did they give you a free, like they're giving you the battle pass here, but they're also giving you, I think, a token or something that you could get the next second season of Battle Pass, right? Because again, they just want you in the ecosystem, right? We want you to stay in. We don't care if you go play other games. We want you to come back every season to play certain things, right? So EA Battlefield Studios is handling handing out Battlefield 6 freebies to players affected by the outage on the first day of release, which prevented those that got hit from getting the action of several hours of those purchased the Battlefield 6 via EA app were faced downtime, and they also kept some of the games altogether, with certain people being told that they needed to purchase the DLC in order to play. Meanwhile, some Steam users have been met with the confusing warning that Battlefield 6 isn't yet available when trying to download it. It seems that the fair call to day one launch of Battlefield 6 is success, along with the rousing Battlefield 6 review hailing that it's also triumphant return. The multiplayer giant has already secured itself a place amongst the Steam's elite, rising the number 3 spot overall on the Valve platform after the lull of 2042. Battlefield 6 has reclaimed the spot amongst the best FPS games, right? So obviously it's doing very well. Can't take that away from it, but I still feel like this is a Trojan horse, personally. So we'll go to here, where it says, I want to gouge my eyes out because Battlefield 6 players slam challenging gating weapons and gadgets unlock behind atrocious objectives. And it says, and I'm with them. Okay. So inside this game, Sarge, there's some challenges that are happening.
Yeah, I saw some of the video.
Okay. Some of the challenges, they're a little ridiculous, right? Where like...
They're not ridiculous. It's redonkulous.
They're challenges. Yeah. They're what? I'm sorry?
Redonkulous.
Redonkulous. Yeah.
It's over and beyond ridiculous.
So there's some challenges like kill 30 guys on a point in one match, okay? And then sometimes like the matches now, because we'll get to this next story in a second, in Conquest, Conquest used to be tickets, tick down, tick down, tick down. And that could take 20 minutes if you're on a good team, and it could take 45 minutes if you're on a bad team or whatever, or close match or whatever, right? People reviving, people doing it. But now there's a timer inside this thing. So now if you're trying to get these kills while you're in a Conquest mode, you can't do it, right? And someone will tell you, well, then don't play Conquest. Go play one of the other modes. Well, I don't want to go play one of the other modes because I want to play the game how I want to play it. If I want to play it, then, right? Then there's other people that are not playing the game. They're just making their own servers, and they're going over to just kill bots, or they're going to go kill the farms so they can level up their guns faster inside the portal. Okay, so you have missing people there. You have other people that are not reviving. You have other people where things are just glitched and bugged throughout the game. There's no bullet drop with the actual sniper rifle. Tanks are overpowered with the... Did I send you that thing today with the heat-seeking missile that locks on?
I thought you were going to play it. I thought you were going to play it on stream.
Oh, no. That they just lock on. Soon as they take off, right? Lock on, kills them.
It's fire and forget.
Yeah.
And there's no defense against it.
They're not even doing anything. They're just... Jack Frags has a video. Go check him out. Okay, he's just bullshitting with his friend. They're just having a Sunday afternoon conversation. It was like, oh, there's a copter. All right. And anyway, but like they didn't move or care. They got like 47,000 points by just standing in one spot and just shooting everybody that was up in the air. Okay. But I'm sure it'll get fixed, Sarge. I'm sure there's no problems with the actual thing. It's the best game ever created in the history of all video games. I don't know if you've known this.
No, it's the best one in the last 10 years. That's for certain.
Right. Well, everyone's comparing it going, well, this is much better than 2042. Correct.
A boil on my ass was better than 2042.
Right. So there's also challenges of sniper challenge where you have to get 150 kills from 200 meters. Well, most of the maps are not 200 meters.
Right. The only map that's 200 meters is one map.
There's like two maps of 200 meters, and you have to have a, right? So it's like very, and so people are like, well, just get good, right? Just get good. But what they don't understand is the average person that plays Battlefield, okay, is a father, a mother, maybe 1, 2, 3 kids. They have a job. They go to work. They come home. They sit down. They put their kids to sleep. They go, I'm going to sit down and play a game. They're like, all right, I want to snipe. They start sniping, and they're like, I want to get that attachment piece that's level 2. All right, well, you have to do 150 kills or whatever, and you're like, all right, 150 kills the thing. You get in the first map, small map. You're like, okay, I'll just play through this map, right? I got 20 minutes. 20 minutes goes by. Next map comes in. It's not Liberation Peak, and you have to go to the thing, right? And then you pick Liberation Peak, and the thing doesn't put you in Liberation Peak. It puts you in another map that's like Liberation Peak, but it's just short. So you're not getting that 200-meter thing. So now 2 hours pass, Sarge. Your time for the week is done, and you're like, I got 1 kill. And you're like, all right, it's going to take me a really long time to get that. But all right, maybe I'll do the assault rifle instead. All right, I'll go to the assault rifle. I'll go do this other thing, and they can't do that either, right? And so on and so forth. But everyone's blinded by Well, Shroud sat there for 15 hours. He's level 63 already. Like, it's no big deal. Yeah, great. 63, 12 hours. Put that's 6 weeks of game time for a normal person that's playing a video game with 2 hours a week. Okay? So they've made it where they made the grind, just grind in general, right? The battle pass is coming out soon. No battle pass in the game yet. They're putting bonus points. If you got the higher edition, you get to skip to 25 levels, Sarge. 25 levels. Know what that means? What it says to me is very grindy. You're going to want to pay money to skip to 25 levels. Okay? Yep. That's what it's going to be, right? That's grindy. The challenges are grindy. The gameplay is not fun. So let's go back to this thing here, right? Every day, it drops, right? From peak time, right? 1600 UTC 747, right? Then we go to 16 over here. It's got 611. Then you go over here to 16. It's 603. Yeah, it's a little higher there, but the same time across the board, right? 16 over here is at 468. 16 over here is 404. 16 over here is 365 or 374, right? And it gets lower and lower. This weekend comes, Sarge. We have Arc Raiders coming out. Now, Arc Raiders, for the mass market, is under the radar right now.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be mass market, but people want to try it.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, mass market-wise, it's under the radar. Not many people know what Arc Raiders is. They're like, I don't know where, right? It's going to come out this weekend. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., people are going to start playing it. YouTubers and stuff are going to start putting their videos up. People are going to start seeing and go, oh, maybe I could try that. Because there's one thing that I've noticed about this game is that everyone's like, I don't like extractions, but I tried this game and holy shit, is a good game, right? It's the smell test. You're listening to organic growth.
It looks like it plays exactly like Division.
That Division, right. So it'll be very interesting after this weekend because to see what happens with these numbers. Now, obviously, EA's won. 7 million copies. They got the money.
Well, they didn't get the money they wanted. They wanted double digits.
No, but what I'm saying is they still sold 7 million.
They haven't activated Battle Pass money and skin money yet.
Correct. There's no Battle Royale money yet. There's no...
Right, there's none of that stuff yet.
Right, there's none of that stuff yet, right? So it's a Trojan horse. It's waiting there, waiting in the wings. As soon as they go, activate Order 66. And
you have 7 million people waiting.
Yep. Right, it opens up, and then all of a sudden, now the cosmetics are there. Then it changes the whole field of Battlefield for me, right? Because then Battle Royale is free to play. People come in to try to play the Battle Royale. Then they start putting the Battle Pass in there with the skins. Then people start buying those skins. Then you see the Battlefield where it looks a little different because people have different skins and they're not all uniformed in the teams and stuff like that. It's gonna look a little different. Maybe the guns stick out a little bit more. Whatever it is, it's got to be cosmetic. It's going to change the way the Battlefield looks 100%. In some way, shape, or form. If it doesn't change it now, it's going to change in 6 months or 8 months because you have to keep people coming back and being interested. And you can't just go from like tan color to taupe. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be like it's going to be something that sticks out. So they're going to have to change something along the way. So much so, another problem they're having here, Sarge, is that the pace of conquest. Now, I talked about this on my morning stream. I was laughing. I was like, "What the fuck's going on here? This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard." Okay,
it didn't make sense to me what they were talking about. Then I read it again. And I'm like, when did they put a timer in for conquest
in this year's Battlefield 6?
Like it was there from the beginning, or
day one? Yeah, they put
a patch.
No, they put in a timer for this year.
So you put the game in first time to play conquest. The timer's there.
Yeah, timer for conquest. Okay. Yeah. Right. So Battlefield fiddles with the pace of conquest mode, but somehow avoids giving the people what they want, which is remove the timer. Right. Now, obviously, I'm not the only one saying this. Here's a tweet. Okay. Here's a tweet that they put here where they're like, hey, we reduced the starting tickets across the conquest maps and matches and finish a more natural pace. Well, the natural pace would just be naturally finishing the game, right? Like beating the other team with no timer. So previously, many rounds were hitting the time limit instead of ending when one team ran out of tickets. We'll keep monitoring the feedback and the data to make sure that the flow of these matches feels right. They felt right before. The Conquest match was over when it was over. So there was like comebacks. You could have been up by 200 tickets and then the other team came back and then they made it, you lost by 5 or 2 or 1. Now you're done at 20 minutes. Like that's it. The tickets lowered. Okay, so the timer wouldn't run out. So you would have less tickets.
Well, what that does though is
move people along.
Well, I don't want to say it, but I'll say it. If you have a timer on something, and you know exactly how many matches you have per day,
Yeah.
and the numbers you can dictate for whatever numbers you need to look for are much easier to come by. You know exactly how many people
Sure.
per hour, exactly how many people were in the game, all that information, because you have a timer on it, and you get more people in the game each time. It's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, but why wouldn't they just give an option of playing Conquest with timer or Conquest without timer?
Because they want a uniform scorecard.
That's right. They want you to move along and get into the thing because they can keep a metric of, well, we had this many games, right?
Yep.
Every hour there's 4 games that happen or whatever you can play in
Yep.
1 hour, right?
Yep.
Where before you could have played 1 match in 1 hour. Well, if you only could play 1 match in 1 hour, they're not trying out all the classes or whatever the reason is, right? That whatever the reason they have behind the scenes.
Well, that was the point of challenges, though. The challenges in the old game were the reason why you change classes. Like, for you to unlock something, you have to change classes.
You
to
use the
unlock
weapon.
to use the weapon. But the original grind, and no one really complained about it back then. The original grind was, if I'm not mistaken, it was kill is either 100 people or 200 people with 1 gun, and then an unlock would happen. Like, you get a scope or a silencer
Sure.
or
You
something.
could do that within
Like,
4 to 10 matches or whatever
but
it was. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But the grind was attached to kills with weapon, right? You would get like something small at a 50 kill and at 100 kill, something would unlock, and you just repeat process. These other things that they implemented where the challenge equals you getting past a certain point for a gun is basically a roadblock for that gun, right?
Well, that and it fundamentally changes how you play because we're all playing on a squad together, and you have to kill on point, but I got to kill tanks. But
Right.
we're all working as a group.
We're not working together anymore.
You're not working together anymore. You're all going to go your separate ways and whatever because you don't want your kills to be taken from the other person on the team, right? That's what happens. What's going on here? You're almost separating the player base in the match, let alone, you remember back in the day where new maps came in, they were separating the player base. They're like, well, we're separating.
If you didn't like the map pack, you didn't buy it, and then you
Right.
separated the player base.
Right, because everyone would only play the new maps, not the old maps, and so on. Well, now you're playing the match, but they're like, oh, I don't want to play Liberation Peak because I need close quarter combat, whatever it is. So I'm going to go over here, but I don't like the close quarter combat, so I'm not going to play with you. So now we're just on headsets playing together, but we're not playing together because you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. Right. On top of that, people are not reviving. People are not using the engineer correctly. It's sort of like growing pains, I guess, because the people that are coming in are not knowing what the rules are. People are complaining that no one's reviving, but they hit the button to die instantly, and they're not waiting to get revived.
That's correct.
Which then kills the timers faster and so on. It's just like this whole process that's just worse off by putting timers. So let's read a couple of these things going down here, okay? Kingard says bad, right? Easier solution would just be remove the time limit. Yeah, just remove the time limit. Nope, let's get rid of that. Matches now don't last as long enough, right? Because our max is 20 minutes. That's it, 20 minutes. Can't go above 20 minutes. Why wouldn't you just increase the time limit? I don't know why this person increased the time limit. Like, get rid of the timer. You don't need a timer. You don't need a timer in the actual thing. It says just delete.
The tickets is the timer.
That's correct. The timer is the tickets of you killing people, right? Just delete or extend the time limit. No, you don't need to extend the time limit. Just delete, right? It says, I think most people would rather time limit be increased instead of reducing tickets. No, see, you can tell that these people are not actual Battlefield people, right? These are outsiders coming in going, well, yeah, no, that makes sense. Just increase the time. No timer needed. Bad change and worse communication. Haven't had a single game hit and the time cap, nor have had my friends encounter it. Okay, why force quick games? Do you have evidence of this is also what broader player base wants? No, they're just going to tell you that's what it is. Okay, some of the challenges get 30 objective kills in Conquest. This is way harder now to reduce the ticket count. Right, that makes it harder to do the actual thing. I've never seen this happen once. This person says take the women out of the game. Is that because certain classes are forcing you to be a woman? Is that what
Correct.
it is?
That's correct.
Okay. It says, do you understand why this is? He says, there's so many people trying to cheese sniper challenges and they're uncapped that no one is moving up. People aren't dying to meet the meat grinder by the objectives and rounds are lasting longer as a result. PTFO and the objectives play as much reduced, right? So there you go. That's actually proves my point. People are trying to do the challenges, so they're not playing the game. They're not playing they're not playing the points. They're just there to do the challenge.
Yes.
Which ruins what Battlefield is fundamentally. which is a team-based game, and you're just completing things as you do it. There was one down here that was funny. Let me see if I could find it. Right, because they're making all these stupid changes, which they don't need.
Not one of those guys says it's okay for the timer.
Yeah, nobody here is. Yeah,
not one.
No one's okay with this. There was one person. What was his name? Crispy.
Yeah. It's near that guy right there. You passed it. Go back.
There it is.
Yeah.
Crispy says, "How about you fix my server routing? It's routing me to Santiago, Chile. my kbps is over 350 every game. Right?
Why would he be getting sent to Chile?
I mean, I don't know where he's located, but these are little things that are happening. But they're like, you know what we need to fix? The timer. The timer needs, or the tickets need to be fixed. Right? This person right here says, okay, some issues that need to be fixed in Battlefield 6. Visual artifacting / bugs when using upscaling methods. Okay. Glossy bursting when aiming down and shooting on some of the maps. Mouse pointer sometimes disappears on the respawn map. Chat messages don't update or do not appear. Damage received log sometimes does not appear. Unlock equipment cannot be equipped. Missions with stuck progression. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The progression that you're trying to go for, not actually working while you're trying to progress. Okay. Matches don't fill with players and always stay at 24/32 for each team. Matches overflow with bots. Okay. Persistent servers and server browser need to be implemented, and XP farm servers need to end.
So wait,
okay.
There's still not a server browser?
No, only in Portal. And there's no persistence.
The server browser's only in Portal?
Only in Portal. And then once you've done with the match, it kicks you back out to the lobby. There's no playlist that makes you keep continuing.
I thought we all had our own server.
Yeah,
I thought we all had our own server.
Play the one, and then it kicks you back out.
Why? I thought we had our own server.
Probably because you come back out into the thing, go, oh, you know what? I'm kind of done playing Conquest. I think I'm going to try Breakthrough. Right? Like you come back out of, because if you just stay in the Conquest playlist, you're only playing Conquest. You can't have fun, Sarge. They want you to have fun the way they want you to have fun. You can't have fun the way you want to have fun. Okay? It says, nobody wants this. Please revert. Okay? So I want to go back to this real fast and show this, right? This number is going down, which is not good. Okay? And now I also want to show you, let me go to this. Let me remove that, and then I'll bring it back up separate. I want to play a podcast for you, okay? This is a podcast I just happened to come across, and I was like, "Well, why is he so upset? Which one is this? This should be. Is it this one? No, this one. Yeah, okay. All right, so you should be able to hear. Okay, this is from Dutch Butters Gaming. Okay, it's a smaller channel, bigger than mine, 6.81 thousand subscribers. Okay. What I got from this, right, from these two gentlemen, they're older gamers. One's younger than me, but one's much older than me, okay? And they're just not having a good time. And they tell you why they're not having a good time. But then when I saw this, I was like, well, this makes kind of sense, right? I'm gonna make the speed go a little bit faster because we just need to hear what they say, okay? Let me know if you guys can hear it.
What's up, everybody? We're here to talk about the first weekend in Battlefield 6, the impressions of two old gamers who suck at the game. What's up, Dutch?
Bro.
He looks defeated, doesn't he? He looks like his life's been sucked dry.
If I could grow a beard, that would be me.
I mean, that's me. Look, he's 20 years older than me, I think. I think he's in his 60s, right? That's me.
All right, that makes me feel good.
How are you feeling about this?
I'm not feeling good. I'm going to be straight up honest with you.
Thank God.
And here's the thing. It's not the game.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It is not the game. I'm just not good at it.
Now, he admits that he's not good at it, right? But he goes into deeper of, it's not for him anymore. He liked these games before, but this is just not for him, which makes me wonder if I go back to the other screen, like seeing the downgrade of what's happening, right? Is it people that loved Battlefield in 3 and 4 that stopped playing because, they stopped playing at 1, didn't play 5, didn't play 2042. They thought this was going to be nostalgia, baby. They were going back to it. And then they got here and they're like, yeah, no, this is not it, right? That's the way I feel that he's going through.
That's my problem. I knew I wasn't going to be good, but what I'm sitting there and I just try to maintain my calm and my peace and everything's fine. And I'm trying to learn. And, there's way more to the game than just running around a map and pointing your gun at something and just pulling the trigger, which is, the basic premise of every shooter game. Run around the map, point your gun at something, pull the trigger. But man, I don't think I had to have a come to Jesus moment last night after I got done when I got done with the stream. Okay, first off, I was a little bit annoyed when I got done with the stream.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was partly at me. It was partly at you guys because I'll explain. I'm trying to go through the stream and I'm trying to remain positive for the chat. I'm trying to keep a good face on. I try to keep it in a kind of a generic, neutral.
Yeah.
If I'm not having fun, I want to keep it at least a neutral place.
Right. You want to make it look like you're having fun, but if you're not having fun, you're not having fun. You know what I mean?
Okay. And when I'm sitting there and I'm playing, and everybody in my fucking crew is like, "Fuck, shit, fuck, oh God, this game fucking sucks. You know, where'd that guy come from? Jesus Christ, I can't get fucking anything done. Oh, shoot through the fucking wall. Oh, okay." You know, it's like my mood just goes from up here to, and it's like, fuck it, I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at when I'm done, because everything together with my poor experience of just being able to not play the game,
loaded on top,
doubled on top of
because
everybody else's shitty fucking attitude.
We're all having the same experience.
I know, and that was going to be my next point.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think I can continue. I don't. I think I just wasted $140 buying our 2 copies of the game because you'd rather.
Right there, I feel like I've wasted $140 for the two games. Right, and he's like regretting it. Right, it's a weekend. It's been 4 days, 5 days, and he's like, I'm done with this. I don't know where to go. He starts going down this rabbit hole. I'm not making fun of him in any way, shape, or form. Like, I totally get where he's coming from, because he's like, I'm gonna love this game.
Why do you buy 2 copies?
One for him and one for the podcast, whatever. For one him and him.
Got it.
Right.
To be out playing fucking Fallout from 10 fucking years ago than a brand new AAA game that we can't fucking learn how to pull a fucking trigger on. You know, I'm not saying that's bad.
No, I know.
But I'm saying that's probably a better game. You know, from back then. And I just don't know where I'm at, man. I was like, my brain is going, it's like, And I know everybody's going, fucking skill issues.
It is.
And that's 100% what it is.
100%.
Yeah, he's saying it's a skill issue, but that's the problem. Like, the getting back into it, getting old or whatever. This is the majority of Battlefield players. Older guys that played before, have lives, jobs, careers, kids, family, and they don't have that much time to play. And when they have time to play, they just want to have a good game to play and sit down and have fun. But this is not it.
But
and I'm not afraid to say that. It is.
No.
I'm a fucking 37-year-old man with fucking 3 kids and a wife and 2 jobs.
Right.
There you go. 37-year-old man, okay, with 3 kids, 2 jobs, he said. Did he say that right? Did he say 2 jobs?
My brain is going, it's like, And I know everybody's going, fucking skill issues.
It is.
And that's 100% what it is.
100%.
But
and I'm not afraid to say that. It is.
No.
I'm a fucking 37-year-old man with fucking 3 kids and a wife and 2 jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I do not have time to get good at this game. And as soon as you log in and you're getting sniped from fucking 280 meters away from some fucking weirdo who's got some fucking alt controller that does all this weird fancy shit, I can't compete.
No.
It's a non-starter. If there was a server for old fucks who can't play, I'd probably love the game.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If there was an old fuck server,
Well, you
Which
have
there-
Portal. You have
Right.
Portal. You can make up your own.
Right. There will be with Portal. Yeah.
The old man. The old man board.
I'm running along, do. You're like, look around the door, like go out the door, and as soon as I jump out the door, where there wasn't anybody there a second ago, there's 4 fucking dudes, and they're all like this, and there's like, and all the red bots come up on their fucking head, and so I go, and my fucking arrow page, like all over the place, I'm shooting over their heads, and gonna push over there in the corner, and they're all just, I'm like, how the fuck you get those? How the fuck do you even do that? It is crazy, and it makes me just I'm just scratching my head. I don't know what to do with the channel at this point. Like, I'm really kind of just frustrated.
But man, PvP was a bold move.
It's not even that. It's just
we've been playing a PvE game for the past year and a half.
They're big Helldiver guys. That's where I found them. They play Helldivers and talk about Helldivers.
Helldiver 2, which is there's no competition in it whatsoever. You can just play at any level that you can, and you've been able to build your skill up to now. We're doing level 10s consistently across all 3 factions. It's different. This is fucking a different beast, man.
Oh, and he plays with a bunch of ex-military guys, like
course.
we used to play, right?
yeah.
This is
no,
not
you're
the fucking same thing at all. This is hyper competitive, borderline cheating in some cases, and I'm
Now
not.
think about that. Hyper competitive. Would you ever think about that as a Battlefield game? I never ever in all my years playing Battlefield was it hyper competitive. It's competitive, but
Well,
not to the form of Call of Duty.
Well, if you bring in the right kind of people, people play to win. They don't play for the objective. They
Well,
play
sure.
for numbers.
One of the guys, everybody's fucking cheating because they're better than me. No, there's people out there that are way fucking better at this game than I am, and there's no cheating involved. It's just some kid who's fucking quicker and faster and better.
I don't know if I'm ever going to have the Twitch reflex.
No,
that I need to play this game.
No, you won't.
Dude,
I don't think it would matter if I played 10 hours a day.
because the
6
thing
days a week.
like the build up to this, we were like, hey, Battlefield is trying to separate themselves from Call of Duty, so they're making it harder, and you're less accurate if you jump and move and sprint and do all
But
this
when
stuff.
you got
That's not fucking true.
when you got 32-man teams on a fucking city block the size of a football field,
it's a meat grinder.
that's a meat grinder, and that's still Call of Duty bullshit.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
we
The
the
map-
first game I fucking played last night was this great big huge map,
Mhm.
and
Was it the desert one with the oil refinery or something?
No,
No?
it was this great big huge map. I forget the name of it. But you know, there's tall buildings in the middle. You
Well,
get on jets and shit, and
yeah,
fly
yeah,
around, and helicopters.
Oh, it's got to be
That was more fun.
Firestorm.
I was still getting wasted.
No,
Sure.
so
By you know,
But at least you lived for more than 10
but I
seconds.
would live for more than 10 seconds, and I actually got 5 or 6 kills by the end of that one.
Yeah.
And you can jump into the weapons and tanks, and you can, you know, but man, the majority of this game is just not made for somebody like me.
I think
And it's really frustrating. And I guess I'm just gonna have to play fucking Mega Bonk and go back to playing 10-year-old games or something. And
No,
just
I
do those
think-
because it's really frustrating. I'm trying to build a channel here,
I know.
and I don't know what the direction is now because I mean, I guess we're gonna
Variety is the answer to your question, like what to do. Don't rely on that one game.
try Arc
I
Raiders,
think you'll have a lot better time.
which is going to be a different thing, but it's still going to be just, you know, fuck you, old dude, jump out of a bush and run away.
Yeah,
It's
but
not the
Arc
same
Raiders
game,
I think
so.
is slower
I've
pace.
watched
So
tons of gameplay footage of that game. It's a completely different style. So it's not the Twitch first person shooter reflex thing that we're worried about.
Yeah.
My experience in this with Battlefield, I've played like Battlefield 3 a couple times, like Call of Duty like years and years ago, but I've moved away from that PvP stuff because I just can't compete.
Yeah.
There's just no point. I will say that when I'm not with you, I do
I know.
okay.
See, and that pisses me off too.
It's weird.
Because I don't. That's
when
not
he
blaming you. I
goes
don't mean
in without a group, he gets better.
your fault, but
Yeah.
there's something about it when
You're
we
not
squad up. Like
trying
if
to
I'm
be
by
around your
myself
team.
and I just jump in solo into a random game,
Mhm.
I'm usually okay. I can hold my own. My you know, the team is working. I've won a handful of games. Also, all the fucking modes are the fucking same.
They're all the same.
Sorry,
Yeah.
all fucking the same. It's Conquest. It's the same as
It's
the other
the
one.
same one.
It's like, attack and defend. It's just mini Conquest. They're all the fucking
Go
same.
capture A, B, C, D,
Right,
or E,
yeah.
and hold it, and then defend it.
So
Basically,
there's new game modes coming out that I think might change things up a little bit. I do think you might. Well, the battle royale thing's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
because that is
No, I know.
pure PvP.
Yeah.
There's no.
It's
but,
gonna
but
be
you're on a
completely
huge
different.
map.
You are on a huge map, and there's 100.
You know, when I'm 1-on-1 against somebody, I'm going to win 40% of the time.
All right. So basically, it goes into more of like older guys. They're just not right. The older crowd is getting pushed out. They feel, and I don't know. When I go back and look at what we have here, right? I'm
You
gonna
can
go
play
back.
Hell
And
Let Loose. If he's slower, you can play Hell Let Loose.
Sure, and I think they do play Hell Let Loose. Where is it? This. Sorry. Hold on.
It's not about. It's not. Listen, it's your main group of people. Everybody ages out. Everybody ages out. That's how it works, right? What I'm saying is, are you going to keep the population of the game that wants to play it there? And my answer, I think, for this game is no. I'm going to give it a 3 months. I'm going to give it the whole holiday season. I'm going to follow the numbers of BF6, and I want to see what happens. Because remember, other games are coming. COD is coming, right? We're going to see what happens. Like, it's not. Let's put it this way. I'm not calling BF6 a failure.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And what I'm saying is, what they wanted is they wanted double-digit sales on the outset, and then BR was supposed to pull in a bunch more people into it.
Yes.
Right? So we're going to see, because right now, they're right on the number they're supposed to be for Battlefield games.
Well, actually, I think
7 to 8 million is right where they're supposed to be.
See, I said 8 to 12. They're at 7. I think they're below.
Only been a
And
minute. Christmas is coming. The kids get the
No,
Christmas gifts.
I get that, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm about to follow up with. With games like Arc Raider coming out and COD going back, like the COD players are going to go back to COD, you've already lost there, and then you're going to get the Battle Royale guys come in. It's going to make or break what they do with the Battle Royale and the actual battle passes and stuff that they bring into this game, because the money that they're going to make up, they're not going to make a lot more sales. Like, I don't see them selling another 7 million copies of popularity, but I can see them making 7 million copies worth of money from microtransactions,
Sure.
from the battle passes and from all the
bro.
cosmetics
But
and
that's
stuff like
But
that.
that's the goal. The goal isn't to make a standalone, really good Battlefield game. The mission is to get enough people into the game to fund what you want to do.
Sure.
Right?
I mean, they lost
7
me.
People, 7 million people is a good number to start with.
They lost me. I've played I've owned every single Battlefield game. They've lost me when they put Battle Royale and when they were putting the portal in, because I knew the portal, when they put it in there, it was going to turn into make your own XP farm, right? Because that's what they do in Fortnite. That's what they do in all these other things, where especially when there's challenges and when there's other things to get XP to level up guns, it's make a thing, because this is too hard. I don't have the time for it. I'm going to make my own server. I'm going to shoot into a cave. You know what I mean? Like, and try to get the XP that way. And then once I'm leveled up, I'll have all the guns. I'll go back into the game, and then I'll have more fun. But it's like you have to like prep yourself to get up to that certain point instead of just organically going through the match and playing the actual game. As Eric says up here, he says, oh no, where was it, Eric? You said, where was the other thing you said? I saw it. I can't see it now. You said 100,000. Oh, Dark Taco said it, not Eric. Dark Taco said, I could easily see Battlefield 6 dropping to 100K concurrent this weekend because of Arc Raiders. I said 150. So we're in the same ballpark, Dark Taco. I believe the same thing. I think we see this number go down to like 150. Okay. Now, this is just one data point of Steam. When I was watching other content creators, when I was watching Shroud and Tim the Tatman and everybody else that was big, 36 on Twitch and 31,000 and 32,000, the next day on Saturday, they were down half. They went from 32 or 36 to like 16 to 14. Then on Sunday, they went down from 16 to 14 to 6 and 5. And then on Monday, they came out and they were down to in less than 1,000 on some people's channels. And these are the big streamers. And I was like, well, what's happening? Why are people, they're not watching? Obviously on Twitch, once they get the Twitch drops, they're gone. But on YouTube, even those numbers are dropping. They don't get anything to watch on YouTube. And those numbers drop, which shows that people are losing interest real fast in this game. Why is it? Is it because of the grind? Is it because of the maps? Is it because it's more of Call of Duty? Is it because of whatever? There's a lot of reasons you can pick, and I feel like they've kind of missed the ball on what Battlefield is.
But you keep saying miss the ball. I think it's exactly what they want to happen. They sell the numbers that they need in the beginning, right? 6 to 7 million, 6 to 8 million. You said somewhere in that ballpark, right? After 2 months of playing, 3 million people drop off. You're down to 4 or 5 million people. And those people are the ones that hang around for the battle royale and the bullshit and buy all the skins and all the nonsense. That's the win. That's the win for them. They don't care.
Well,
they got the money in. They got the money going out. That's it. We're good.
They got the money up front. Yeah. What happened here was they had false numbers because they brought and marketed towards college players, and they marketed towards people, and they bought it with the nostalgia, and they bought it with COD. All right. And these people came in, they bought the game, win for EA, but long term, this is going to go steep down, and then it's going to plateau out, and it's going to stay around what it usually stays at, because that's the actual Battlefield player base, right? It's never been as big as COD. It's never been as big as that other stuff. And I think this is going to hurt, because you're going to look at this number and go, what happened? They were at 747, and 2 months from now, it's going to be 99,000, 90,000 people playing this game on Steam, at least.
Well, they're not gonna separate the fact of battle royale and normal game, bro.
They'll throw it in battle royale.
That number is going to be high because the battle royale people are going to be playing it.
Well, you hope, if the battle royale is fun.
Well, wasn't the battle royale inside 5? Wasn't that done well and just no one gave a shit about it?
Well, it's paid wall. You had to buy the game to play the battle royale, and then no, it wasn't a very good game mode. People liked it, but majority of the people were like, "Nah, I'd rather go play another game. It was free to play. I'm not going to pay full price for the game to go in to play a battle royale."
Oh, this is why it's free now.
Correct.
So we're gonna see. We'll see.
One more thing is the hit registration. Everyone's like, "I don't have hit registration. There's no problem with the hit registration," and then all of a sudden. They're going to fix the hit registration. So that tells me that the people that say there's no hit registration problems, but they're going to fix the hit registration problem. Guess what? There's a hit registration problem. So there's that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Arc Raiders. Right? Arc Raiders has got a server slam coming up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. Leading up to this, I lost interest in Arc Raiders because when it first came out and it was first announced, it was a PvE game. It was like a Destiny. Right? It was like Division/Destiny game. I was hyped up for it at that. Then they said, we're not making it a PvE game. We're making it an extraction game. And I went, I'm not a big fan of extractions. Okay. But the more I've seen and watched videos of Arc Raiders, it's won me over. And the one thing that kind of won me over was this thing where they're doing, I hate starting over every season. I hate starting over. But now they're giving a reason, right? So there's this thing called the Expedition Project, okay? And in this thing, there's going to be a goal. Think of it like a battle pass if you want. But when I say battle pass, it's like unlocking stuff. But you're collecting resources and putting things throughout the entire 8-week season, 8 weeks of what it is. And then if you happen to play enough to hit to that point and fill it, you can then reset yourself, and then you get a unlock type of thing inside the stages, and it shows in the video that it adds to this thing, and whatever that thing gives you, they haven't told you yet, some sort of benefit in the long run. So they've respected your time as a player, which I've always asked, right? So here you go. I'll show a little video here, okay? Where as you submit these resources, okay, as you get the resources. And once you submit them, you commit resources to it, and it changes and puts the plastic parts or puts the plastic rubber parts or the metal parts, and it changes this thing in the overall. And then this thing will give you a benefit once you unlock it. And then you reset for the next season for 8 weeks. And if you don't finish it in the 8 weeks, you'll have to wait for the next 8 weeks before you can turn the first part in and the second part in. So it's kind of like respecting your time. Okay. So I thought that was pretty cool, which kind of said, okay, well, they're respecting your time. I appreciate that. I'm ex-DICE fan here because these are the guys that made Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 1. I like these guys. Okay. So here's the Server Slam. So information, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time, at least for me, it goes live. Okay. So if you're wondering, it's open from the 17th, 18th, and 19th, open on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So if you want to give it a shot, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it an honest shot. I'm going to try it, play it. I'll give you my thoughts. We're going to stream it tomorrow. Okay. I'll give you my thoughts, reactions live as I play it. And then I'll tell you what I think about it on Monday overall. Okay, so on October 17th through the 19th, anyone that can dive into Arc Raiders on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Steam and Epic Store, the free-to-play weekend, and it's the latest big push before the launch of October 30th. Now, this isn't just another closed test. This is a full-scale Server Slam, so we can also... SummerSlam keeps coming in my head. Hit the ground running at launch. We're opening it up to everyone 16 years or old and up to help us stress test the systems, experience the taste of Arc Raiders experience. Okay, so why are we doing this? We're tuning and refining and pushing the infrastructure before launch. It's essential. They're launching on October 30th, right? So this is when it's coming out. So they want to stress test it before it comes out. How do you participate? Steam, Epic Game Store, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X. You can all participate. No signing up. Just download it and play it. You have to do the download. Okay, there's no preloading it whatsoever. It says, what will you experience? The map, the Dam Battlegrounds. The Dam Battlegrounds stretches across the broken landscape of flooded lowlands and forgotten structures. You'll cross through dark forests, overgrown research centers, through swamps, ticks, and myths, echoes, civilization long gone. You can also run solo, or you can head up with the squad, your choice. Now, it will try to prioritize if you're in a solo to put you with more solo guys, but obviously not always gonna happen. So you might get thrown in with a group of people. Okay, this is the first map the Raiders will explore in a full launch version of Arc Raiders. It's the perfect fighting ground to get and bring bearings that testing your instincts and learn the rhythm of the Rust Belt. Okay, keep your eyes on the open for some special conditions like electromagnetic storms, night raids, and perhaps even a visit from the Queen. Okay, which I would probably do it. Maybe if they don't do it on Friday and Saturday, they'll do it on Sunday at the final test and put the Queen in the game or whatnot. It says trading and quests. In the Speranza, right? Speranza's survival means connection. The traders of Speranza keep the wheels turning. Even if it's also, each has their own agenda, there's also their own way of seeing the world. They also send you on quests and tell you stories of the Rust Belt and reward you for your help. You'll trade with them, and they'll sell you what you need and earn the trust of one job at a time. During the Server Slam, traders will offer a selection of early quests. The more advanced work will also have to wait till launch, right? So it's just a sampling of what's happening there. In the Server Slam content, weapons and gear, early and mid-tier equipment will be available for you to experiment with, but some things will be locked until launch. Okay, so you probably can't get like a legendary or other things like that, certain scopes or whatnot. Blueprints expand. Here's another thing, Sarge, I totally forgot about this. So let's say I die, but I found a blueprint in the world. I can learn that blueprint. I don't think I need to extract with that blueprint, so you actually progress, even though I'm dead, but I learned a new weapon. Now I can make that weapon back at my base. It says blueprints expand in the Raiders' ability to make and modify weapons and gear. All blueprints can be found, but those at the highest tier will not be craftable during a Server Slam. Okay, Raider Deck, you'll be able to test out the Raider Deck functionality with the page of items to unlock. Workshop, basic crafting station, weapon equipment, and medical are available to upgrades and aren't possible for a limited test. Some systems will be visible in the world, but not yet active. Projects, expeditions, long-term missions where the Raider leaves the Rust Belt permanently. Some progress resets, but key rewards and benefits carry over for the information that you can read, which I just talked about earlier. They have trials, a proving ground for seasoned Raiders, complete with the challenge, return safety to Speranza, and via for a place of leaderboards. So there's a leaderboard thing. Codex, a growing archive of Raiders' accumulated knowledge. So everything you find in the game is actual codex. It's important to note that all progress made during the server slam, included any cosmetics or character level, will not carry over to launch. However, those who participate will receive a server slam backpack that can be obtained on launch. You must obtain on launch. You must connect the Embark ID account to do the server slam. All right, so feats, creds, and raider decks. Topside raiders all complete small amount of moment-to-moment challenges called feats. You'll receive a list of rotating daily tasks asking you to destroy the Ark or extract with the rare loot. Other requirements completing the feats will earn you cred or currency that you use to unlock rewards through the raider decks. Raider decks are made up of multiple pages, rewards that also open up to progress. Some decks are free, others are premium, and while the others stay in circulation, a few are limited. So be aware it won't be able to purchase any of the in-game benefits. Arc machines. The Rust Belt is crawling with the Arc machines. You have a Wasp, you have Ticks, you have Bastions, and you have Leapers. Okay, the sounds I also might give you away. Listen closely to the low hum. The sound design in this game, I've been watching a lot of videos of this, Sarge. The sound design is second to none, man. These guys are the same guys that did the sound design back in the day for Battlefield Bad Company 2. I don't know if you remember watching the videos and stuff like that.
Where they went to the actual gun range.
Gun range, got all the sounds of the guns. And
all guns sound like a Nerf gun, like some other games we won't mention.
Yeah. Survival tips for the Raiders. Plan for your loadouts, bring your tools and suit of your mission, not everything that you own. Breaching is loud, so you can also get the loot, but it also calls out attention from the Ark and all of the Raiders. Stay alert. The extraction points disappear over time. The longer you stay in, the greater the risk. And be smart. Know when to extract, and you might just not lose it all. So you get a couple of rewards.
This is basically a more advanced version of Division, man. That's what this is.
Yeah. I watched a lot of videos, and I think it's pretty interesting the way the weapon system works, Sarge. And I think you'll like this, because I always say that don't put anything in the game unless there's a purpose to the thing putting in the game, right? So you have 3 weapon types. You have light, medium, and you got heavy. Legendary guns can't be used against humans, basically. They only have legendary weapons that use against the Ark inside the game, at least for what the videos I watched and stuff like that. So there's light ammo, which is good against humans. Medium ammo is good against humans and Ark, but the heavy ammo guns and stuff like that is only for the Ark. So you want to take the big guns to break the robot's legs and whatnot. So it's interesting the way they do that, right? So you're constantly switching weapons from your light weapons to medium weapons to damage certain things. Also, the sound design, as we were just talking about, is so good when you're just rummaging around stuff. It's almost, remember State of Decay, like when you would rummage faster, it would make more louder noises and stuff like that, and it would make so people get aware. In this game, you'll be able to hear and understand, like if I'm walking through a building, I happen to run over a piece of wood, okay, on my way to the destination. Let's say I run across concrete and then I hit a piece of wood and then I walk around the corner and all of a sudden I hear that piece of wood. You're like, oh my God, there's someone behind me. Like that's how distinct it is. So I would recommend wearing headphones in this game if you're playing Ark Raiders, or if you're in a room, make sure you have where you can hear everything. But you could hear all the different things that are happening in the game. The different robots, the different guns make different sounds. So you know if a guy is shooting you with a pistol from a distance, you know what gun he's using just by the sound of the gun. Now, obviously, you think like an AK or something like that, but their guns are very distinct in the different sounds that they have. Everything has distinct things, what robots make the sound. The way you can escape is also pretty cool, because as someone else is, going into the base, you can just like sneak in at the last second. And once you're in that room, you could kill each other, but you don't have time to rob them if the doors are shutting. So everyone kind of just is like, all right, you made it. We'll let you be and stuff like that. There's sneaky ways to go about it as well. So it'll be very interesting. It'll be very, very interesting to see what happens with Ark Raiders this weekend, what it does, not just to the Battlefield numbers, but even like the Borderlands numbers of these games that are brand new that just came out. And then this game's in a free weekend.
Oh, it's going to be a vacuum cleaner, man.
Yeah, this is a $40 game, by the way. So this will be very interesting to see what this does this weekend. And then obviously in 2 weeks when it comes out. But I'm kind of excited. I've been watching a lot of videos. We watched a little video yesterday. I watched the actual hour-long version of it. The guy that made that video, Mclusky, he got me hyped for just talking about the game, of what he likes about the game. He was telling like what happens and what actually just naturally happens in the game. He says it's fantastic. So I'm going to play it. I don't know if you're going to play it this weekend, Sarge, but if anybody is playing this weekend, you see me on, you want to team up or whatever, hang out inside the thing, let me know. Just hit me up in the game. I'll be playing on Xbox. I think it's cross-play, so anyone across any platform can play with anybody else in the game. What do you think about this, Sarge?
I'll definitely try it. I'm definitely gonna try it. It's like Division.
But do you think this extraction could do something that other extractions couldn't do? Like, do you think this is going to be a mass appeal because of consoles and stuff like that?
That would defend. It would depend on how the game loop is in the game. That would be a big thing for a lot of people. I mean, everyone loved Dark Zone for Division, so we're gonna see.
Real quick, Salty says, if you die in Arc Raiders, you do not keep your blueprints for that specific run, as blueprints are lost when you die. However, blueprints unlock in-game are permanent and can be selected again. There you go. Thank you very much for the information.
I mean, it's always worth a shot. I want to see what Battlefield people, veterans, do to a game that's already been out, and how do they improve it. That's basically what I want to see.
I think a lot of people, because it is slower pace, all the gameplay that I've watched of this, even when there's fighting going on, the reload times between the guns, you run out of stuff, so you have to constantly change. So if I'm out of material or I can't heal myself, I have to hide and kill the guy, and hopefully he has bandages on him. You know what I mean? Like, you have to constantly try to be strategic about what you're doing and not always go for the firefight right off the bat. You have to try to sneak and get the upper hand in some way, shape, or form, and know what's going on. So the more you play the game, obviously, the more you'll know the area.
Do you know if they have like little traps, like little grenade traps or tripwire traps? Do they have that?
So they have. Okay, so when you knock down a person, a flare goes up in the air. Okay, but there's a thing that you can get where you plant a flare and you can shoot the flare up in the air, and it attracts people because people think, oh, a person's down, so they come running towards.
Wait. When someone goes down, a flare gets shoot off?
Yeah, so if you're playing with a group of people or anybody, if someone knocks you down, so you're not dead, you just get knocked down. You get knocked down, a flare goes up in the air. Okay?
Why?
Because you're asking for help or whatever, so it shoots up.
For help.
Yeah, because in the world of the lore,
I get it.
You're up there above ground, so if you get knocked down, you're looking for someone to help you so you can make it back to base, right?
And would that call the robots too?
Sure, it calls everybody. So the flare goes up in the air. Okay, so when you're fighting somebody,
but go ahead.
Yeah, so when you're fighting somebody, the flare goes up in the air, so you can booby trap basically and try to trick people by launching the flare up in the air, and they'll be like, oh, someone's down. So they'll run over thinking that maybe they'll kill the guy that killed that person, and then they can get double the loot, right?
Yeah, this sounds like a flare fest is what this sounds like.
No, it's not done that. Everyone that's done it, they do it because you don't want to be seen. You're trying to get around and collect as much shit and get out without shooting your gun. But you also have to shoot your gun to get certain resources from the robots and stuff. And the only reason you're killing other people is because they could have found something better than you got, or they killed the robot so you don't have to kill the robot. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to kill the robot, I let you kill the robot, and then I kill you, right? And then I take your stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff going on, high ground, hiding in places. It's pretty interesting. Now, this is not new. This is what's happened in other extractions as well. I just think it's a really cool concept of light, medium, and heavy armor or bullets and whatnot.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see what the amount of bullets you can find during a match, how well you can use a medium bullet system or the light bullet system, depending on who you're fighting. Because I would say if your rock paper scissors thing is the way it works, you're gonna want medium bullets all the time so you can kill people and robots.
Sure, but they're slower. It's slower.
The medium bullets are probably going to be harder to find. Like this is
right.
how you have to figure it out.
Or more expensive to make, or
when you have a bunch of light bullets, you can't fire at the robots because you can't kill robots with light armor.
Correct.
Ammo.
So you'd have to run from the robots. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's take some Q&A here. If you guys have questions, go ahead and put a Q in front of your name. And while we're waiting for the questions to go off here, we'll do a little bit of advertisement here. If you guys would like to support the channel, the QR code up there brings you to our Spotify channel, or not our Spotify, our Spotify music channel. So you can listen to the music, download the music. I made a whole bunch of songs that have to deal with topics and with stuff we talk about. They're fun. We put them in the morning show before the daily grind. You can go to iTunes, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, iHeart, any place that you want to listen to music, or you listen, download, if you stream it, whatever, you can go check it out there. We have a whole album, 20 songs, and then we have another 7 or 8 songs for single tracks for completely different ones. Check them out. I think they're pretty fun. So Other than that, you can also check out the new apparel that we have in the store. Let's see. While they're doing that, let me see if I have any other quick story I can talk about, Sarge. I knew the three main topics were we got those done. So I'm trying to think of other smaller. We have a Nintendo like lawsuit type of thing.
Nintendo lawsuits are every day, dude. Every day.
FBC we already talked about. People worried about the GTA 6 price. They're saying, through a survey, people think it's going to be $70. They don't think it's going to go up in price. Oh, what was that, Sarge? Oh boy.
What was what?
I don't know what you're messing with, but you're doing something. Whatever you're messing with is messing with the sound. Everyone can hear it. Sounds fantastic. Sounds like scratching on a chalkboard. All right, we got all turns. Got a question. If no questions, we'll be happy to end the show early. I got things I want to play. Salty says, that the flare is more to provoke more PvP, but yes, Sarge, you can also craft tripwire traps and mines, etc.
That would be me completely. I'd be walking around dropping off mines.
You can also put like little sensors on the walls and stuff. So if like you're in a building and you put a sensor by the door and all of a sudden your sensor goes off, someone's in the building with you and stuff like that. So there's like little sensors that go off. It's interesting. It's more slow play. I think I have to get used to the fact that if I die, I get nothing, right? But as long as I have something in my prison pocket, as they call it, and I can pull something out, then maybe it won't be bad. Or if you complete challenges and those resources go.
I would be getting good with basic gear first. I would get good with basic gear first. This way I don't give a shit about losing anything. I take more chances. You know what I mean?
Another thing that happens with the guns, so as you level up the gun doesn't get more powerful, but it does get more smoother. And so like it loads quicker, shoots straighter. You know what I mean? It doesn't move as sway and recoil. But the damage is the same. If it's 10 damage, it stays at 10 damage. The damage never goes up.
What I'm saying though is I would get really good with basic gear on purpose. I would practice with basic gear the whole time and realize what the abilities are of the weapons before I would try to. Anytime I've ever played a game like this, I never bring the best shit in. I always try to go in with bullshit because here's how it works, right? You may think that you need the better gear in order to win. But if I have shitty gear all the time and you kill me, you get nothing from me.
Right.
You're getting basic shit from me anyway, right? And then you're risking yourself. So the whole idea is to get good with the most ridiculous garbage stuff first, because that way if you die, you don't give a shit.
Yeah, so you want to get the resources, as Salty's saying, plus you get craft, your bullets, meds, and etc. Once you go, to do this, you also want to level up your benches so you can make more
better
proficient. More stuff. So you want to do it early too. You want to get your stuff up early, update your weapon bench or your med bay and whatnot.
Gonna grind up some cockroaches to make myself a protein bar. I can see this coming.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's post-apocalyptic world. You're not gonna go out to the farm and get some corn.
Well, I think it's cool. We watched a video the other day. It talks about it takes place in the same universe as the finals, which is pretty fucked up because the finals is a bunch of people fighting for money and rich people are watching them on television and stuff, right? And meanwhile, these guys are in the same universe and they're living underground and they have to come up above the ground just so they can get by surviving, by scrapping off the land, right? So you have the finals, rich people betting on a match, and then you have these people underground trying to survive day by day. I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. All right, let's go with the first question here. We got Altern says, when Randy said that the game won't be on sale for 5 years, did he meant dog years? And where's Randy? I don't see him talk too much nowadays. They told him to shut up. They told him to shut the fuck up. Probably. Like, Randy, do us a favor. Everything you said has come back to bite us in the ass. Just shut up. Just shut up.
He's a mental dude. I'm sure he's got some kind of disorder. And I'm sure he's a narcissist. That's
100%.
I know for a fact.
What are some Arc Raider need to knows? I think I gave some. I think some of the guns, the light, the medium, and the heavy. Heavy doesn't go against humans, so using an arc weapon on a human won't help you. So make sure you need to have a weapon to go up against the actual robots or bosses or whatever, but then also have light armor to go up against, have a shotgun to break shields real fast, and then switch to your other weapon to take them down. Once guys are down on the ground, don't shoot them like you would in other games. You want to go up to them and like execute them by punching them or whatever, and taking them out because it's quieter.
After blowing each other up for 10 minutes, trying to kill each other, be quiet and punch them in the face.
Well, yeah. You want to be able to. You can parkour a lot in this game, so you can use zip lines and drop off ledges, and as you jump down, if you roll and stuff, you save yourself a bit. So those are little tricks for you. And I only know that because I watch a shit ton of videos.
It's third person, but can you go into first person? Or is it
no, it's third person only, no first person, but you can swap shoulders. Oh, that's another good tip. So you can swap shoulders, right? So if you're in a battle and you're hiding behind a wall, make sure you switch shoulders so you have your body's your body's behind the wall, not on the other side, so they get the advantage of you. Another one. Don't talk if you're with a group of people, because proximity chat is in the game. So you don't know who's around you. So keep your comms to a minimal if you're going around, because people can hear you and then they know where you are. You're giving away your position. So there's another one.
I'm hoping it'll be like there's a lot of sound stuff in this game, huh? We're going to see.
Yeah. Krebs says, how much do you think a Gearbox changing hands so many times the last few years impacts Borderlands 4? Or do you think Randy caused more harm? Go ahead, Sarge. What do you think?
Randy gets paid either way. Doesn't matter who's fired or who gets hired. Randy gets his salary. I'm thinking more along the lines of firing and disruption of teams always hurts, because it's not just the skill of the people developing the game. It's the ability for them to get along with each other as well. If you could be great at your job, but if all the people that you work with you hate or you don't like or they don't get along with you, then the team doesn't jive well. So I'm sure everything is a factor. It's all a factor.
Where did my... There you go. Oh, I think for Borderlands coming out, I think Randy did more harm. I think Randy did tremendous harm. I said this while he was doing it. I said, I think he wiped out 2.5 million sales alone by just saying all the shit he did for the last month, for the week leading up to it, and then after. What's that?
Easy. He wiped out 2 million copies.
I think at 2.5 million copies, which would have gave them 6.5 to 7 million copies. You know, so next one. We got Krebsy again says 30 has been talking about this all week, but new article today says that AI content now outnumbers human written articles on the internet. Any comments I want to add? Now, I said what I want. Do you want to add anything, Sarge, about the comments?
Well, I think he put the hash thing in there on purpose to make you think that he's a
he actually probably put that in the actual thing.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. I don't read half the shit that these guys write because I can recognize that it's AI. And the fact that they can call themselves writers and then use an AI article as their writing, as their work, says to me that they don't deserve to be a fucking writer. Like, to be a writer, be a writer is a skill. To know the English language and to use words to get across what you mean and what you're trying to tell other people is meaningful. If your job now is to just copy pasta into ChatGPT and you call yourself a writer, go fuck yourself. Right? I can't wait to get to the point where they don't need him anymore. We're going to see what the writers do when they don't need him anymore. Anybody just type in the ChatGPT, I don't need a writer, right?
Yeah, you just make up stuff. Altern says, do you think Bungie will take notes on how Arc Raiders is done and copy some from Marathon? Like, literally copy them. Yeah, they'll 100% copy them.
Yeah. Well, after as well, Arc Raiders will come out. They'll do really well. Then Bungie will start stealing their shit.
Here's the thing: if Marathon came out before Arc Raiders, I think it would have a better chance of surviving. I think Marathon comes out and it doesn't do very well. One, because of what's happening, everything with Bungie behind the scenes. Two, I think their world, that feeling, like Arc Raiders looks beautiful. What they've done to that game and the way the environment looks. And that's not what Marathon looks like. And maybe they change it. Maybe they completely change what the look is. But it doesn't seem as very, I don't know. It doesn't seem as fun. It seems bland. It seems very...
When are they supposed to do the testing for Marathon?
They've been doing testing for closed testing, but not open testing. I don't know. They haven't announced anything for the open testing. Krebsy says, should pet owners use shock collars? What should happen to these people that pets yelp from the shock? Why do you think people are defending Hassan? I think there's ways to use shock collars for certain things. You don't know what the voltage is at. You don't know what the thing is. The yelping that would happen to Hassan. I mean, there's no reason he had to do that to the dog. He could have just said, "Hey, go lay down" or whatever in the house. But yeah, I don't personally like snapshots of people's lives. Now, obviously, he's a streamer, and you see things, so everyone takes that moment and thinks the worst. You know what I mean? So I stay out of it. I don't think you should abuse any animal, living animal across the board. If it's human, animal, anything, be a decent human being.
If you've watched Hassan long enough, you know he's a garbage human.
Yeah, absolutely.
End of story. Moving on.
Next one. Krebsy says, we saw CBS make a video of AI partners with ChatGPT getting erotic for verified adults in December. So do we see CBS make part 2? And does his make Sarge lose a little more faith in humanity? 100%.
Yeah, my faith in humanity is pretty low now. If you guys don't see what's happening on a day-to-day basis, the degradation of our whole society, and I'm not talking about erotic shit. Porn's been around forever.
Yeah, that's always been around.
I'm talking about the rest of this stuff, man. Like nobody knows how to act in front of other people anymore. It's basically off the rails at this point.
Altern says, do you think Battlefield 6 will still have 100,000 8 months from now? No. That's hard to say. If they keep the number from, like Sarge said, if they keep the Battle Royale numbers included in that, yes. If they don't,
8 months,
no.
8 months from now, 8
Yeah.
months from now. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
8 months from now is GTA.
That's true. Well, supposedly. We don't know.
We'll just say it's a year.
Krebsy says, when do you think we see naval combat get added to Battlefield 6? It's rumored to actively being worked on. I don't know why there's not one body of water on any of the maps that we have right now with boats, jet skis, any kind of thing that's been in every single Battlefield game known to man. Okay, well, not Battlefield 1, but you know what I'm saying, right?
There's naval battles at Battlefield 1.
Not off the bat, was there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was. There was that ship that came over. Yeah, you had a boat. Yeah. So right. So every Battlefield game has had some boats in some way, shape, or form, except this one. This one doesn't have weather. This one doesn't have evolution. This one doesn't have naval. It doesn't have anything. Fantastic game though. Great. It's the best Battlefield game ever created, known to man.
I mean, look. If you're not charging for the maps and the maps just keep coming out, it doesn't matter when you release them, right? But at the same time, it's modern day. So what are we fighting with? Modern destroyers and what? What else? Just a couple of modern destroyers, because no one's using a battleship in modern war. So you got destroyers, you got missile cruisers, maybe a frigate or two, some PT boat type things, fast attack vehicles. I don't know. Like the fast attack boats that they made up with the little machine gun with the torpedo tubes on the side, I thought was kind of cool. But once again, it's not a Battlefield game. It's not the same. So we're gonna see. We'll see how it goes. I want to know why is there a 4v4? Right?
Well, that's the question, right?
Do you understand what 4v4 is, Krebsy? Right?
Well,
4v4 is SOCOM.
Yeah, SOCOM. Yeah, it's SOCOM.
That's what 4v4 is.
Well, I think it's funny. So Krebsy's asking, excited for the franchise, famous for 32 versus 32, 64 versus 64, and added a 4v4 mode. Yeah, that's the first season pass type of thing, right? It's like, what are we talking about? It makes no sense. Here, I'll go to this question real fast because this kind of goes into what Krebsy's asking about. Like, why is there a 4v4 mode? Big Box asked a question. He says, I just don't know why EA didn't build Battlefield 6 as a true live service. Why not play it so it's fun after a month or two? They did, Big Box. They literally made the game into a live service game, but they're not releasing it at launch. Right. They're slowly dripping it out. So the next phase,
until it's a full blown,
right? The next phase is the last week of October, which is 2 days before Arc Raiders drops. They're putting in the 4v4 mode, right? Because that's going to keep people coming back. You know, the big large scale map that Krebsy was just talking about, right? 32 versus 32, 64 versus 64, and now they're putting a 4v4 mode in. So they are doing it, but it's so strange because they are putting that in. They're adding more stuff inside the game. They're fixing maps. They're also got the battle royales coming in. So they are treating it like a live service game, but in patches as they go instead of going, here it is type of stuff. It's weird.
This is the month I wait for. I'm waiting for our readers to come out officially, and I'm waiting for COD to come out officially, and then I will look at the Battlefield numbers.
Yeah. Next week we'll talk about it. So, Krebsy says, how is IGN going to give $1,000 Ally X a 9 out of 10, but Switch 2, PlayStation 5 Pro, and a Steam Deck Lenovo Legion Go all 7 out of 10, and said they're all too expensive?
The two words, Krebsy, are cha-ching.
Well,
cha-ching. That's why.
Well, here's my speculation, right, Krebsy? Switch 2 only plays Nintendo games. PlayStation 5 Pro only plays PlayStation games. Steam Deck only plays Steam games, right? Just off the bat without hacking or anything like that. Lenovo Go, but the Ally plays them all. And I think that's worth 2 extra points.
Right.
I think that's the way IGN works. So like,
cha-ching.
Yeah, they can play this.
Who got paid? Cha-ching.
No. I think that's what they're doing. Travis says, for Sarge, do you think Exodus can be a big game for or the era for Mass Effect like past?
I don't think, I'll be honest with you, I don't think there's a dev team out right now that can recreate what Mass Effect did and make it fun.
The problem, I think, with Exodus is what we've seen so far. I haven't seen much, just what we've seen. I feel like even if it's the best game ever, it's still Mass Effect. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's still just Mass Effect, just not Mass Effect. It's not above Mass Effect. It's Mass Effect or below.
Yeah, we've seen every team now come out with the game that's supposed to be what we've remembered from the past. Same type of game mechanics, and they can't do it. I seriously believe that there's a brain drain issue and a skill gap for development teams for older games because they've never played them. And they don't know them. They don't know them.
Travis, I don't think it's the best case scenario. When you're saying Mass Effect is the best case scenario, no, because I've always talked about how the bar is set here. So if this is Mass Effect and this game comes in and it's just at the bar but not exceed the bar, well then they lose to Mass Effect because it's just a game that's so close to be like, oh, this game could have been so much better than Mass Effect, but it just falls short because they're going to compare it. They're going to compare that game 100% to Mass Effect. It needs to be better than Mass Effect. Let's see here.
Well,
last one.
Better.
Go ahead, Sarge. What are you going to say?
You say better, but at the same time, we're not using any kind of credible sources here for how we're comparing, right?
Well, I'm comparing it to Mass Effect. If it's a game like Mass Effect, it has to be Mass Effect and a little bit better. Whatever that is. If it's a mechanic they put in, if it's the stories that's better.
Yeah, you know the bones of a Mass Effect game with present day graphics and mechanic abilities that we know they can do inside engines now. It should be a no-brainer what it should be. But at the same time, I keep telling you, I don't think that the people who work there know how to do it.
For instance, right, Battlefield 6 is being compared to, it's just as good as Battlefield 4. No, it's not. It's nowhere near Battlefield 3 or 4. Okay? It's above Battlefield 2042, but below Battlefield 3 and 4. Right? Mass Effect has been all the way over there. So now if someone comes out with a game 15, 20 years later after Mass Effect, and it's just Mass Effect again, that's not good.
I compare a lot of things when I look at a game, if it's good or not. I see how Battlefield 6 is made. They've done a decent job. But at the same time, all the guns sound like air rifles. It sounds like paintball guns. It doesn't sound like the guns that you're using in reality. Right. Each gun has a distinct sound. They didn't spend time on the sound thing. That's fine. You spent time on the destruction thing. But you spent time on the destruction thing, but when I knock down buildings, I'm not taking damage from the destruction that you're knocking down on top of me. It's just there for visuals. It's not there to...
Right.
Like if somebody's inside the building and I blow it up, I'm not killing them if they get out because the building doesn't crush them. Remember in the older Battlefields, if a building comes down or stuff is falling off the roof, you got hit by that, you died.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you do that in this game too, but you have to be like in the building as it collapses and stuff like that. Yeah.
Very specific. Right. And the other thing that always bothered me with the first-person shooter genre is if you have the code out in a game where the hitboxes are great, the sound's great, all the things just jive. When you make another game, what happens to the code that dictates the code for the boxes of the hitboxes for the people in the game? Like, can't you just copy that over? If it's a really good game, you can't just copy over that code over to the hitboxes again, or everything has to be made from scratch. I'm always curious to know how you can have a game that the guns feel great and the hitboxes are really done well, and the next game they're just all dog shit. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Well, here, the next question, which Chief's asking, he says, I recall before you talking about loving games like Spider-Man, but never have any luck getting a PlayStation 5. Are you and Sarge planning on getting a PlayStation 6? I've said this in the past. This generation is probably one of the most
disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing generations of consoles, because both PlayStation 5 and Xbox said that they did all these things, right? Up to, right? And there'll be people that defend it, right, in chat or whatnot, but they didn't start giving us games for this system until like last year, right? 4 years into the actual cycle, right? And they'll be like, well, it's because of COVID or whatever. So because they burned me, just like the games in the past that have burned me that I don't buy now, don't buy day one, okay, for half-ass games, okay? Now the systems come in. I said, I'm not going to buy another Xbox. I'm not going to buy another PlayStation. Why should I? If I have to spend $1,000 now to get the next Xbox or the next PlayStation, I'll upgrade my PC. Right? I'll get a $300 new graphics card and put it into my PC that I already own and live there. Right? I don't need to pay $1,000, okay, for you to tell me that it's going to be 4K and do all these things, and I don't care.
I can't wait to hear what they're going to try to sell me for.
If you notice, all the news that's coming out for the consoles, I haven't covered it, and I'm not going to, because it's all fluff and bullshit until we actually see the actual thing, right? You could tell me everything that's going to be 36 teraflops and the this and the thing and the ray tracing and all.
Right.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
What I care about, what are you doing for this system that you didn't do for the last system? Just like Mass Effect hasn't been around for all these years, and now Exodus comes out and it's just Mass Effect again. 10, 15 years later, you haven't moved it forward.
Right. You haven't made a game for the system that you're trying to advertise for me yet.
Yeah.
Right. You haven't made it. You haven't made the game yet. Like Spider-Man's close. Spider-Man's close, but you have not made a game for the system.
What am I supposed to be excited for PlayStation 6 and Xbox, next Xbox? Grand Theft Auto 6? Because Grand Theft Auto 6 could be shit on this system, and then they're going to upgrade it for the next system, and then I'm supposed to be excited for that? No, I'll just wait for it to be on PC, and then I'll get it for PC, right? Obviously, I'll probably get it day one, right? Not pre-ordering, but see what it is, okay? Because I'm a streamer, a content creator. But in general, why would I buy it if it's going to be better on the next console afterwards, right? So it probably won't come out until late 2026 anyway. It's going to get pushed back, Grand Theft Auto, so it can get closer to the next console. So when it drops, it's
right.
It's for the 5 and the X and S, and then
same shit. They're going to do the same shit.
Same stuff.
GTA 6 right at the tail end of this console, so that you'll buy it for the old system, and they're going to double dip, and they'll get it for the new system as well.
Yeah. So, no, I'm not excited for PlayStation 6. I'm not excited for the next Xbox. I'm not excited for the Xbox Ally. All right? I'm not excited for any of this stuff because it's all a bunch of bullshit, and people buy it and they get it and they're like, oh, it's the greatest system ever. It's the greatest. And they're like, oh, there's no games. Like, there's no games. There's no game. I'm talking about first-party titles, by the way. Obviously, there's 19,000 games coming out. There's plenty of games to play. But I'm talking about, why do I need a PlayStation 6? Why do I need a next Xbox when they're all the games are coming to all platforms?
I mean, we've already had the discussion. The argument is all the prettiness is there. There's no more extra prettiness.
Yeah.
Right? Everything is as pretty as it's going to get, but you can't give me 60 frames standard.
No.
You can't give me 60. You can't give me 60 frames standard with all the stuff that we have going on right now. It's not. We can't. Day night in Battlefield. No day night. Okay, in Battlefield now. Weather in the other Battlefields. No weather in this Battlefield. Yeah. No Levolution in this. A crane falls down. Woo! All right. They advertise a tornado in the shitty version, right? And this one, they have a crane that falls. Oh, bravo. Wow. Right? There's no naval. It is destruction. So.
Right? No naval. No big maps. It's like 2 big maps. That's it. Right, and they're redone. One of them is redone. One's a rehash from an old game. Okay, so you have 8 maps in a brand new game. Meanwhile, Battlefield 3, I think, came out with 17 maps. 17 maps. I'm pretty sure one of them, 3 or 4, came out with, it was like 15 or 17 maps at launch. This one comes out with 9, rehashed with 1. And all the designs of Battlefield, all the maps suck balls. Every single one sucks, right? But they're going to fix it. We hear what you're doing. You want big maps. First expansion, 4v4. The fuck are we doing? But we're not making a game for COD players. we're not making a game for COD players. 4v4 game mode coming in.
No, that would be for SOCOM.
We have SOCOM players. They're going way back to the roots.
SOCOM is 4v4.
I know it is.
Yeah.
So
tomorrow should be a fun day. We're gonna see if this game come out.
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can go live around like 11 o'clock in the morning, guys, to play Arc Raiders. So if you guys are around, I'll be streaming over on 30 and Still Gaming. Appreciate it very much. That's going to do it for Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. Episode 461 is in the can. We do appreciate you. If you'd like to give a thumbs up here, give us a like, give a comment down below, give it a hype afterwards. If you're watching this after the fact, if you want to watch the whole episode again, you can watch it right here on 30 NSG, or you can watch the past broadcast over on Spotify. All the past broadcasts are over on Spotify, video version and audio version as well. Appreciate it very much. Make sure you guys check out the album over on Spotify or iTunes or Apple Music or Pandora or iHeart, or go check out some of the apparel that we have with t-shirts and mugs and whatnot down below as well. All the links are in the description. Appreciate it very much, and you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Game on, guys.
Retro meets the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X Gaming Show.